Hello, it is April 11th and Pub Talk is back. We're going to talk about some baseball for the MLB. Then we are going to have our very first tier list, a fast food tier list. We have a beer special for 3 stouts here for you guys, and Hops of the Week as always to end the show. But before Pub Talk begins, we want to thank our sponsor, Route 11 Chips. Route 11 Chips, the best here in the Shenandoah Valley, with great flavors such as barbecue, Chesapeake crab, and salt and pepper. 25 plus years of being in the business has led to some damn fine chips. So check out your local stores to grab your chip bag today. Okay, lights, beer, action. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Yeah.
I put the music back in. Coach yelled at me. Anyway.
Gotta have it, brother.
We are back here today. I have a founder on the show once again. I have Mr. Biff himself back with us again.
Hey.
I had to drag him away from his 3 kids right now. Well, I don't think I had to drag him. I think he was willing to do it no matter what.
He ran away from him.
Yeah, you don't know it. I didn't drive. I ran.
I saw you running down. He showered before he got on the show because that's how much he was sweating. And then I have another one back here with us today. I don't give a shit. Anyway,
hello. Thanks for having me again.
I think Lucas is going to be a regular.
He loved it so much last time that he's back.
We
but
can't
guess
keep
what?
him away.
We don't have football this time.
Yeah,
football.
It'll be coming back.
We were ready. He was ready for his mock draft for the NFL. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about another sport. We have baseball. Opening day has now come and gone. Right off the bat, man, I think the biggest thing that people aren't looking into is, dude, the Texas Rangers open up with a full house
Yes,
finally
they
for
did.
the first time.
And it looked thoroughly impressive, too.
Is that a new stadium?
No.
Okay.
I think that stadium's 2 years old.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
then,
obviously it's the first time they were able to have spectators there. So.
That must be the problem where I'm saying that, okay, well, it's cool seeing 40,000 people there, full house stadium, but I won't get too much into that because people might yell at me. But the MLB right now, hey, we have already seen great things happen. We've already seen
coach.
What's
Smack
that?
him. Get him off
it's
there.
okay.
Come on, get it off, you douche.
Sorry,
he does. He gets. See, he's learned from his older brother that he gets into these moods, and we call it douche mode, where he just comes in and he just jumps up there and he gets up on the table and he just. And I was taking pictures of him every time we come back in here, and he just rubs my computer, lays down, and he'll just lay right here while we do the show.
We already saw a no-hitter. The
Yes, we
Padres
did.
have thrown a no-hitter already, which is crazy.
Musgrove threw it.
Do you know the fun fact about that no-hitter?
No, I do not. Tell me.
The catcher is actually the same catcher. So with this one and the last no-hitter thrown for the Cubs was the same catcher as this year's.
Wow.
His name is Victor Caratini.
Victor Caratini.
Yep, he's the same catcher to catch the last 2 no-hitters.
Wow. I bet his hand must be fucking hurting. Could you just whack one? My goodness. I really have to say, man, that's got to be one of the most astonishing things in all of sports. Not just a no-hitter, but a perfect game. That's why it's always very rare. But the fact that, like, it's even possible to have one of those is unbelievable. I mean, in a no-hitter, it's literally probably one mistake that happens to make it a no-hitter. Just one error, one walk that happens.
Who was the one that Justin Verlander, I think, was the one that got messed up on?
No, that I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Where
it was
Galarraga, something like that.
Yeah, the last play in the last inning, and there was a throw to first.
The umpire called him safe, and
Jim Joyce.
Yep, and apologized right at the end of the game.
He was like, I just ruined that man's perfect game, and I'm so sorry. Because you literally looked at it in slow motion, and the announcers went, no way. He was out by a mile, and you just ruined that.
He was the only person in that entire stadium that didn't think it was an out. So,
yeah, it's crazy. But as I said, the amount of, like, how damn good of a pitcher you have to be to make sure that nothing gets past you. Nothing can get scored in or just on the ground, basically.
It takes a lot of studying to learn a batter's strike zone, let alone the entire lineup for 9 innings.
For 9 innings. However many pitches that may be in an inning, too, because you never know. Some of them, they may be 3 pitches, 3 up, 3 down. Some of them, who knows how many fucking foul balls they're going to
20 foul balls. And
Yep.
And what's most impressive is these days they don't let pitchers go past the 5th or 6th inning most of the time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
everybody's
'Cause
saving arms. They are all counting pitches.
everybody's on a pitch count, exactly. So for a guy to be able to sustain that amount of excellence through the 8th inning, through the 9th inning, that's the part that in this era is the most unbelievable part, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I know you talked about at the beginning, Lucas. You have your Barstool betting, World Series betting.
I do have my odds with me.
Okay.
Coach is getting in my way right now,
There
but I
he is.
do.
He's
There,
down now.
Good.
But you have your
he's like, my douche mode isn't
betting
working.
for the World Series right now.
Yes, I have the odds with me right now.
Okay, who has the best odds to win? Is the Dodgers?
The Los Angeles Dodgers, with their
I figured
deep
that
pitching
much.
staff and great lineup, they have the best
they
odds.
just picked up the 2020 Cy Young Award winner,
Right.
freaking Trevor Bauer.
Who's under investigation for possibly tainting the baseballs,
Yeah,
but
tampering. But it sounds
Tainting
kinda,
the baseball. What is that?
They
mean?
were talking about what Major League Baseball is doing now is they're taking select samples of balls that are used during a game and they're examining to see that
You said
pitchers
balls.
aren't
Sorry.
that they're not being tampered with. And apparently, a couple of the balls were collected in the last win that they had against Oakland last week,
Right.
at the end of the last week, and several of the balls that were used during the game show marks on the ball, and that several of the balls had some sort of substance on them, maybe that made them sticky. And the reason why
Probably
they do
pine tar.
that is obviously to get faster rotation on the ball. You know, they want it to spin harder. They want it to get more movement, because the whole idea is to get the hitter to swing and miss.
Right.
So that makes sense.
spin rate's a big statistic
huge.
among pitchers these days. So kind of interesting how they're able to calculate that while the pitch is in the air. I just find that science amazing.
Oh, they got so many cameras, and you got the high def cameras and all these 4K
It's
and
like
8K cameras that are just staring down and watching the rotation of the ball.
It's like a
they can pretty
complete
much track it
3
anywhere.
steps up from Moneyball, basically.
don't forget about your high-tech trash can beating. But
Yeah. The Stros. So definitely number one, obviously the defending World Series champions. The Dodgers are the favorites to come back, just simply because their freaking pitching staff is so deep. You know, you bring David Price, who opted out at the end of last year, and he's huge. You know, a get for them to come back to the lineup, and now that he's healthy, that fits in. You got Julio Urias, who was huge in the World Series, especially in the last game where they win the game. He was just huge. And then you got the wild card, the freaking big, tall, 6'6", Dustin May, who just springs straight gas. I saw where the Dodgers came out with a new helmet.
Kershaw.
No, Kershaw's still,
He's still there, but he don't bring gas.
No,
In the
that's-
playoffs,
and that's
he's
what-
slowing down, though.
That's what happens, though. But he pitched pretty well in the playoffs this year, which was he got that. He always talked about him where he had that monkey on his back.
He
where
had to get
just
over
couldn't-
the hump.
Yeah, and he did. And so in the past week, the Dodgers just released their ring, and it looks truly just.
Yeah. By usually whenever their season ends in October, you'll see it before April. You'll see it because Jostens, they're in charge of like every single fucking ring.
Right.
So-
It was a gorgeous ring, though, and it's enormous. I saw the picture of it on Kershaw's finger.
Every
and it's
single
just
ring
like,
is just going to.
It's like they try to outdo it. It's like you
Right.
can't wear that thing anywhere. It's not like so you can wear it to some sort of team gathering engagement.
Can you all imagine what rings are going to be like in 20 years?
Yeah.
I mean, like it.
They're
it's
gonna be
They won't even be
holograms.
rings.
Yeah,
they'll be-
exactly.
it'll have some sort of button on the side of it, and you press it, and it'll just play a video.
Right.
Of it.
It's gonna
Of
be
the last
Final
out.
play.
Yeah, final play.
It's going to be an
Yeah.
iPhone, and you literally just show
Well, they
that
did
this is my
say
ring.
they did say that the case when it opens up has an LCD screen in the top of the case that plays select moments from the
oh
previous
my
season.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Well, you've seen the Golden State Warriors one, right?
Right.
A couple years ago, where it was like you could flip it over. It was like 2 different rings in one. You flip it over on the top. Yeah, I mean, rings, you look at the NFL, I mean, no offense, but the NFL rings fucking suck for the Super Bowl. It is the same thing every single year. There's no it's the same, it's like seeing the logo, the Super Bowl logo, it's the same thing every single year.
So I'm going to try and turn this around.
The last time
here.
it was good was
And
like
so you can see it. I'll turn my laptop
Holy
around.
crap.
Oh, that's not. That's kind of good.
Yeah,
I would
not
take.
overdone.
I would take that. I was going to say. I
It's
would
not
take
over
that.
the top in terms of its design. It's kind of unique. You know, you got
Right.
the big LA in front of the diamond and all that stuff.
Does it
good
say
with
like
it.
finally on the side or something?
It would look good with an NY on top of it. but-
Right. And so it says. It
You know
says
what?
in here that
you know
there
what?
are.
They have 27 of those. Shut up.
So-
we need 28.
I'm trying to show
I'd like
this
to see the
you.
28th one.
So here it is. Here is the box, and all of the rings come in a special box that has a highlight tape inside of it. There's what it looks like right there.
What?
Wow.
The box costs as much
a
as the
case-
ring.
Yeah, that's like a case for 4 rings,
Right,
okay? And
right.
it has one with a little TV inside of
Right,
it.
yeah, essentially that's what it is. It's a ring that came with a TV. And
What is that?
Let me see if I can find the picture with Kershaw's
Who
ring
needs
on it.
that?
With the
It'd
ring on
be
his
funny.
finger.
They're watching tape for the next game while looking at their World Series ring.
Yeah.
Who needs that? Like, you don't need that. Hey, here's that bunt that you got during the season. It's like, what the fuck? I don't need to see that.
Yeah, it's truly amazing.
Anyway, no.
I just want. I'm
I'm
serious. I want to show you the picture of it on Kershaw's finger so that you can get an idea of what it looks like.
Okay,
Probably a
well,
ring the
real
size of
quick,
So
who-
go ahead.
Who's next?
While I
Who's
find-
next?
Did I say the New York Yankees?
No, you didn't.
New York Yankees are second with 11-2 odds.
The
I'm
Yankees?
surprised the
The New York
Astros didn't
Yankees.
beat
I was
us.
going to say.
The Astros are, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're the 8th best odds
Or
at 20 to
even,
1.
Okay. Well, that
So-
actually makes me excited.
Yeah.
New York Yankees are second, followed by the San Diego Padres,
I
and
was
then
gonna
coming
say
in
they've-
fourth are the
they've
Atlanta
made a-
Braves.
You would never think, just a couple years ago, when I was back in school, I did a project. I did an MLB project where I had to come up with how to turn a team around. And they made us pick awful teams. And at that time, the Padres was the team that we got chosen.
They haven't been good
This
for
was
a
back
while.
in 2017, okay? And I am telling you, when I basically had to sit down with my group and say, this has got to be the most bullshit project, because I am telling you right now, we are not going to be able to fix shit on this team
That'd
because
be
they're
like-
just awful.
Do they
This is-
put into account
this
like
is
the
what-
payroll?
Oh
and
my
stuff like that?
God.
Yeah, that's what
Look
we
at the
were
size of that
basically
ring
trying-
on it. That's Kershaw's hand.
Jeez.
Kershaw don't have a small hand.
Basically,
No,
we had
you
to
know.
come up with salary caps. We had to come up with lineups. We had to come up with a better manager because
That's so
their
cool.
manager was
So you
not good at
basically
the time.
played Moneyball.
Yeah, exactly. But guess what we got? Nowhere, because they had a terrible lineup. They had no good players at that
So
time.
basically, you're trying to rebuild the Jaguars
And for the time being, yeah, I was.
or the Jets.
It,
Well, when
it
the-
was not fun.
When the Astros won the World Series a couple years ago, let me backtrack. Around the year 2012, 2013, I was tweeting with a guy, Cameron Gross, and he tweeted, what year did the Astros win the World Series? 2019? Is that the year they
It
won?
was the year. No, it was
18.
2018.
2018, okay.
Because 19 was the
Nationals.
Nats.
Cameron just tweets some off-the-wall stuff. The Astros will win the 2018 World Series. And this is like in 2013 when they had just lost like 106 games or whatever it was.
Oh.
And I'm like, dude, no way. There's no chance. He somehow, all those years later, remembers the tweet exchange that we had. The moment the last out comes, I just get a notification, and it's Cam Gross quoting the tweet, and it just says, told you, like told everyone. And so the tweet starts to go viral. I get all these Astros fans like, and they're just in
Please
my
tell me
DMs.
they're not.
They're in my DMs. They're like replying to me. They're just like at Lucas Barr, fuck you, just stuff like that.
What?
Yeah,
5 years ago, you lost 100
exactly.
fucking games.
But I was
Shut
just,
up.
I was just like, where did this come? Like, I like wake up in the middle of the night to my phone just ding, 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 and I'm like, is there an emergency? And I'm like,
Is my mom okay?
Is
and
someone
like,
dying?
and then it's
Yeah, exactly.
Timmy's in a well.
it's
Lassie,
just
let's
Twitter.
go.
It's just Twitter, and like I'm like wake. I'm like oh, and like my eyes and like
Fuck you.
The first
I hope
thing,
you die.
The first
You
thing is
suck.
Is
Why did
fuck
I
you,
do-
you stupid fuck, and just stuff like that. I'm I'm like, did somebody release a video of me like from when I was in middle school and did something really bad?
Did
Or,
you
like,
say that in middle school?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
but
okay.
like, I'm like trying to think back. I'm like, what happened?
Okay, he
what
said
could
a lot worse.
What could I have done to deserve this? And it was just no chance the Astros won the World Series in 2018, and it just they came out of nowhere. It was insane. So that's my story of the day. But
That's crazy.
That's why I'm a little hesitant to comment on World Series odds right now, because you never know who might be listening and who might be in my Twitter notification.
That's okay. Every time the Yankees win a World Series, it's you bought that World Series or
Yeah, and then people have said that about the Dodgers because they have spent what is a king's ransom to get those players.
Still better than if the Pirates win one game, it's like, hey, can you get 2 in a row? That's the case of my Pirates.
Good job, little buddy.
I'm a Pirates fan, and it just
Well, they called.
I don't even watch anymore.
You know,
What's the
no,
point?
my buddies.
The
are
only thing
Pirates.
that we
Buzzy's-
have going for us is the stadium is nice. That's about it.
PNC usually wins the nicest stadium brackets,
Yeah,
but they don't
because they don't have anybody there to dirty it up.
Right, exactly.
So my buddy Buzzy,
Yeah.
he always comments that he's a diehard, dyed in the wool freaking
Pirates fan.
Pirates, Pens,
What a life,
Steelers,
rough
right?
life.
Yeah, well he's from that Pittsburgh area. He's out
Okay.
from Western PA. He went to
Just get to the point.
yeah. Anyway, so he talks about the Pirates as being a major league farm team for everybody else because
I mean, he's not wrong.
right, some of the players that leave
Andrew
there,
McCutcheon is one of them.
starting with
Jose Batista,
Yeah.
Joe Musgrove, who just threw the no hitter,
Garrett Cole.
I mean, the list goes on. I can't even think of everybody.
What do you get? $340 million from the Yankees.
Yeah, it just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then the trade is like for 18-year-old single A player who was drafted in round 15 and never ends up making it. Sometimes they make it. Sometimes they make it to the majors, but we just get prospects who you never know what you're going to get from them. So
Yeah, and that's in stark contrast to. So you look at Charlie Morton is another one. Charlie Morton.
yeah,
is
Charlie
another.
Morton.
Tyler Glasnow, Neil
Yeah,
Walker,
see, I mean,
Mike
like,
Bellincamp,
I knew I wasn't gonna do it
Francisco
justice.
Liriano.
Yeah.
He's another one. Daniel Hudson, Josh Bell, Joe Musgrove. Oh man, they just yeah.
It is rough. I still go back. One of the things that has made me
Sterling
I don't want
Marte.
to say like
Starling Marte.
upset about the MLB was like a couple years ago. I think it was 2015 when the Pirates had the second best record in the NL, but had to play in the wild card because the number 1 team was the St. Louis
Right,
Cardinals,
yep.
and they were right above, and we would lose to the best pitcher in baseball in that one game against the Cubs. And I go, so the Pirates had probably their best season in the past fucking 15 years, and you're telling me that you go out in one game because the Cardinals are the better team in the division, so you can't get a best of 3. I've always felt that the wild card needs to be changed to a best of 3. It's not fair to a wild card team
Oh my God,
to go
I
out.
forgot Aramis Ramirez and Kenny Lofton.
Oh, you can go back years and years. Barry Bonds. I mean, like, you can go back and find the Pirates being a farm
It's
system.
just
Jason
turned into
Kendall?
a soap opera for Pirate fans.
I don't even watch
And you
anymore.
fucking buy your World Series.
Hey,
I told you, we just try and win 2 games in a row. You try and not prove that you buy your World
we
Series.
just got to try and beat the Astros. That's all we worry about.
I mean, for Coach, his was always like, can we just fucking win the World
Well,
Series?
yeah, we get
finally?
here and we can't win it. It's like we're just, oh my God. And then the reason why I'm such a huge Dodgers fan is when I was a kid and we lived in California, I played youth league football with a kid named Jimmy Campanis. And his dad was Jim Sr. and his dad. So Jimmy, the kid I played with, his grandfather was Al Campanis, the general manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And so my dad and Jimmy's dad were good friends, and my dad would get Jimmy Campanis's field box tickets. And I can remember going to Dodgers games, and this was back when the Dodgers usually have scoreboards. They had scoreboards and pitch counts, or balls and strikes and outs. They had scoreboards down the right field and left field line just off the Dodger dugout. And I can remember sitting there with my glove, standing up, watching the game while my dad would have his feet kicked up and have his beer on top of the scoreboard. To go to Chavez Ravine and stuff. And it was just this such huge treat that Mr. Campanis would have these freaking tickets for us, and we'd go to the game. And I tell people that now, and they're like, "Who's Al Campanis?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm just fucking old now." Get to talk about stuff like that. That I grew up with this kid whose dad was the GM of the Dodgers, and it was funny because the Angels, California Angels, played in Anaheim, and the city of Anaheim was 30 minutes from where we lived. And so we used to get scrub tickets to go watch Frank Tanana and the freaking California Angels, and it was nothing to go to an Angels game. And you could get into an Angels game for about $8 a ticket, you know?
Sounds like a modern day Pittsburgh Pirates game.
Yeah, and I just remember the characters, and I was huge. I mean, I had a Steve Garvey autograph. I had a Don Sutton, freaking Hall of Famer, 300 game winner Don Sutton. Bill Russell was the shortstop. I had his autograph. I met him at some fucking yogurt shop and got his autograph. And I remember getting my picture taken with him with my bike chain around my neck.
Oh my
and he said he was freaking, look at this little fat kid. What do you belong to, a biker gang? And I was like, come on, you're one of my favorites. Don't treat me like that.
Can I buy you a yogurt?
Yeah, but we did. Yeah.
Okay.
That was just a little jaunt down memory lane. I still think the one team I think that could really surprise teams, and they ended up there at the end of the season. The Dodgers had a struggle with them. Is the Atlanta Braves? Mm-hmm. They got it all. They got pitching. I
just learned that the Atlanta Braves have the third highest altitude stadium in the entire MLB. I did not realize that. I thought that they
outside
were
of the Rockies, Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, try and guess who's the second.
Seattle. They're at sea level.
No.
No, who is it?
I'm going to try to scroll through.
It's a West team. I'll give you that hint. Oh. It's a West team. But yes, the Rockies.
Is it Arizona?
Yeah, they're actually 30 feet just higher than Atlanta. The lowest, Philly. They are 20 feet.
Wow. Not even Seattle. Seattle's freaking right on a bay.
Nope. Colorado is number one.
Oakland's got to be sitting at sea level.
I don't know that. I was just looking it up with my boss the other day because she's a huge Braves fan.
Okay. Yeah, I think Atlanta's freaking tremendous. Freddie Freeman, he's got the best left-handed swing in baseball. It's just tremendous.
Speaking of Atlanta, it got moved out of Atlanta.
Oh, how shitty
game.
is that? That's just so crappy.
And it got moved to Colorado, speaking of that.
Yeah. And I think that what's going to be cool about that is balls are going to be flying out of that
home run
park.
derby.
Yeah, I think that's
mile high.
And then 2022.
Is it going
Chavez Ravine. It's going to be at Dodger Stadium, 2022.
Yep. Who is the least likely to win the? Is it the Pirates?
Yeah, of course.
Pirates.
Of course.
It's the Pirates. Okay.
I'm surprised you'd even ask a question
sad.
like that.
Yeah. Very sad.
I still think teams like the Cardinals are from the National League. I think the Cardinals are in there.
Their odds are 22-1.
What are the Angels?
Angels.
Because they get Trouty boy
I'm
back.
having trouble finding it.
Trout, Ohtani.
Yeah.
Why can't I find
he's
25-1.
Okay. Well, you know what? They get on a run. They've got pitching. They've got freaking superstars. There's no reason why freaking Angels shouldn't be winning more games than what they do. I think Astros have got to be in there as well. I don't know what's going to happen with Tampa. You know, they lost freaking what's his name, Snell.
It was like a shock that they made it that far last year. I want to say.
Yeah, you play well down the stretch, and you never know what happens. So, there was one that I was really taken over. There were two that I was really taken aback by, and that was one is the White Sox, and the other one is the Twins. What are the Twins? And then there was even some
Twins
talk
are
about
18-1.
The Mets.
The Mets are 10-1, and so are the White Sox. 10-1 odds to win the World Series from the White Sox and the Mets, and then 18-1 for the Minnesota Twins. Wow. So,
yeah,
what
were the Mets?
18-1.
Still.
Oh, excuse me. The Mets.
No,
you said the Mets. 10-1. Sorry, I was reading the Twins.
That's 10-1 odds.
Yeah.
That's not huge.
Wow, the Mets of all teams. That's crazy.
The Mutts.
New ownership, new direction. I guess that's what they're going with here.
Seems to be.
I'll be
better than-
expecting the Marlins the next couple years to be up there.
Donnie Baseball is their coach. I love Donnie Baseball.
Well, you got Derek Jeter in the ownership box. He's part owner.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Major League Baseball. The thing about Major League Baseball is we talk about a 16-game season and the grind that NFL players have to endure because of the physical nature of the game, but nothing is a grind like Major League Baseball, where they start in February and end in October.
And I feel like that's more of a mental grind at the end of the day. It's just because it goes, like you said, it goes from February to, if you're good, to October. Like, I mean, that's insane. And you're playing almost every day with a day off here and there.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean,
just
it's
for traveling.
Right. And you're traveling to a new city on that
You
day
get
off.
the All-Star break, and
Yeah,
that's it.
you see
if you
these-
make it.
You see these guys that they're playing in Los Angeles one night, and then the next night they got a 2-game series in Atlanta, and then they freaking play 2 games in Atlanta, and then they fly to Pittsburgh and they play a weekend series in Pittsburgh, and then they're back home, back out on the West Coast for a 3-game or 4-game stretch. That has got to be just so taxing on your brain and your body in general.
Right.
I mean, it's got to be a
In
huge.
baseball, jet lag can't be a thing.
But it shows up sometimes
Yeah.
when you see them play. You're like, oh my God, what is going on
And
with
then
this guy?
People question their injuries and stuff. I mean, you got to think about it. You're injured, and then you have 3 games after your injury.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to take some time off with a
Right.
pulled toe muscle or
You-
something.
You throw in the day-night doubleheader, and then they're on the road for freaking
Yeah.
9 games.
The
Oh my-
double headers, I go, holy shit.
Yeah.
How do you play
Right.
18 innings of fucking baseball in one
I
day?
went last year. I went to the Yankees Orioles at Oriole Stadium. They had a doubleheader that day.
Wow.
Yeah, and there was only an hour break in between the games.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
job, guys. All right, let's hit the field.
Yep,
After the first game.
go take your between game dump and get back out there.
Well,
Go take some ibuprofen
The
and get
only
back out
saving
there.
grace when you look at all that is that they're treated like rock stars. You know, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
like you're carrying your personal
Professional
bag.
athletes are,
you're,
yeah.
You're
you're
not
getting
carrying
foot massages in
Right.
the locker room.
Right, you've
and-
got your paid masseuse, your team doctor, all of these people trying to, and you're eating the best foods. You're getting everything that you need to operate at peak efficiency.
We probably shouldn't be talking about massages in sports with Deshaun Watson.
Oh my God, is that horrible or what? Oh my
What is
God.
it?
I don't
What
wanna
is it
get
now?
into that.
22 cases.
22 women.
I would
or
like to
22.
rescind. I would like to rescind a statement that I said last week. I would no longer offer a first-round pick for Deshaun Watson. I said last week on the show that maybe I'd offer a first if I was Denver. With the new information coming out, I would not offer a trade for that man at all.
He's about to be a Johnny Manziel. Can't
Do
touch
you
him.
think that that's where it's headed?
Yeah.
Goodness
Poor
gracious.
man.
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
He's-
My whole thing is this: is what if they are wrong? What if this is a money grab? What if it is? And I'm not saying.
Here's
I'm
my
not-
thing.
You
It's horrible.
pig.
It's horrible
Sorry.
enough that
No.
22 women, or I don't even know if it's that many women, but there are 22.
Might be some men.
What do they call them? Charges. There are
Yeah,
22
pending charges.
They got 22 cases.
The
of-
first woman actually had been offered $100 million, I think is what it was, or $100,000.
See, that's one of the things that you.
buy off.
That's some of the things that we aren't privy to, and most people aren't going to be privy to, is what is his attorney offering to these women to say, hey, how about we slide you a few bucks and you forget what happened, kind of thing.
Right.
But at the end of the day, what if you're wrong? What if all this shit is being cooked up and it's to keep him in with the Texans? It's to keep him there.
Well, here's my thing. He hasn't came out and said that, like, hey, I have this person who's my massage therapist. It'd be impossible for me. Who the hell has 22 people? Wouldn't
One
you,
in every damn state.
Wouldn't you think you maybe would go
Is that
to?
all you know, Biff? It's 22 states.
No. Yeah.
Wouldn't you think, though, in all seriousness, you might try 5 people and then you pick the one that you like the most, and that's my massage therapist.
Yeah, most of these
You know?
athletes have one that travels with them.
Right, exactly. Like, wouldn't you think, like, man, that was a good massage. That is my massage therapist.
Yes.
He hasn't came out and said, well, that's impossible because I've only had 2 or
I
3
don't think
people
there hasn't
massage
been
me.
very many statements from him.
Deshaun, he hasn't came out
That
and
might
said.
be a good or a bad.
But you
list,
never.
Who knows?
I'm inclined to agree with CJ because you never know what his attorney's telling him, and it's just like, hey, you don't say a word. You let me be your mouthpiece.
Yeah, I'm
you
sure
don't
he's-
say anything because if you say something, that is
they
just
can
going to
turn
open
it
up-
around right
that's-
on you.
It's going to open up a can of worms on you, and that's something you
'Cause
don't want.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure he's chomping at the bit to get out there and correct some of these facts. And
Yeah, it's almost like this train wreck that's waiting to happen to this talented athlete. But it goes in line more with what you're saying, Lucas, is you are a top tier, and we're going to get to tiers today.
Here in like 2 minutes, we're going to get to
You are
tiers,
a top tier professional athlete, supremely wealthy, with everything. You have everything in front of you, right? If you do things the right way, you will never have to worry about anything for the rest of your life. You will have all of that. So what on this earth possesses you to put yourself in a position where you can do something to a woman, not thinking, oh, this will never come back to me because I am Deshaun Watson, I am so-and-so, or
that's
I am...
even more of a reason to come out about it.
Right.
Just because you're a special athlete, don't think that you're invincible.
Right. And that to me is the worst part, is that, golly, what if it is true, what the
Okay.
What the fuck
I don't
were
wanna
you
get
thinking?
into this because
I know we weren't supposed to do football. I'm sorry.
No, but I don't.
no, it was
it's
good.
not. It's not
a
our
nice
place
little
to
freak-
make judgment on what the hell is going on.
Right,
Because
right.
at
It's
the
good
end
to
of the
talk
day,
about. It's better to raise questions about it than talk about it than to make suppositions and shit like that. But it's just like, man, you just shake your head.
All right. Well, we got 30 minutes of baseball talking. Holy
Hey.
shit. Anyway, we are going to have a different segment next.
Oh, I had one other thing to tell you. I had one thing to tell you, and I'll be done with the baseball. And it just popped into my head.
Why
because-
he's over 50 years old and can't remember shit.
Well, no, I wanted to say it earlier, and then Lucas sidetracked me with something horse shit. I don't remember what it was.
Sorry,
because
CJ.
I don't remember. But the Dodgers are going to have a Sunday hat only. So when they play home games or Sunday, they have a new
So is it
Dodger
gonna
cap.
be white and blue instead of blue and white?
it's a blue hat. It is their home Dodger hat that I'm wearing today, and it has the LA is
It's going to be
trimmed.
pure gold.
It's trimmed in gold.
Oh
Wow.
my God, I was kidding.
The LA it has an extra layer, and it's all embossed in gold. The new era is trimmed in gold and stuff like that. So it is their
And I
world
was kidding.
championship. It's their world championship Sunday home hat. So every Sunday home game will be with their new
Funny
hat.
story. I actually wanted to say something because when I went up to Philly a couple years ago, after the Eagles had won the Super Bowl, we went to their facility, the Eagles facility, and we were
that's
nice.
right.
We're gonna see the fucking Lombardi Trophy. This is gonna be awesome. Turns out it was opening day in Philly, so they went to the Philly stadium with the Lombardi Trophy, and I was like,
Oh,
"Are you
damn.
kidding me? They're gonna win 13 games this year, and I don't get to see the fucking trophy because the Phillies are bad."
Right.
And this is back when they had.
I'm
Bryce
sure
Harper-
you could have went to the stadium and somebody would have paid you to take their tickets.
Oh, we went
No,
2
that would be
days
in
later
Pittsburgh.
to a Phillies game, and this is back when Bryce Harper was just signed. So, hey, he brought a championship home to Washington.
Yes, he did by leaving.
All right, new segment for the summer.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so
I'm excited. I'm getting a little hungry, too.
This is a funny segment because I feel like this is going to bring out a lot of discussion. It's a tier list. It's a fast food tier list this week. We could go snacks. We can go. We could go all sorts of places with this tier list.
Do
but
gas
today,
stations count?
why would we go gas stations?
Because I work on gas stations. That's all I know.
You eat fast food, right?
No.
No,
Shut up. You've eaten
shut
fast
up.
food.
You've
Well,
eaten
yes,
it.
I've eaten it.
Okay. Today we have a fast food tier list. Now what I have on here is what we are going to use for this tier list. So, in the tiers, we have top of the line, great but not top tier. Middle of the pack, okay food, but I wouldn't go there most of the time. And then we have diarrhea at the very bottom. Now for the places, we got Arby's, Burger King, Little Caesars, Carl Jr., Chick-fil-A,
Carl's Jr., huh?
Chipotle,
That's tantamount to
Domino's,
Hardee's.
Dairy Queen, Five Guys, In-N-Out, Jack in the Box,
Oh, I've had
KFC, McDonald's, Panda Express, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Popeyes, Sonic, Subway, Taco Bell, Wendy's, and White Castle.
I was going to say I didn't hear
I've
White
had them
Castle.
all except for In-N-Out. I've had every one of them except for In-N-Out.
I have had In-N-Out.
I had
But anyway,
forgotten about some of them on there.
but we're going to put these in a tier list. And there might be some arguments, there might be a lot of agreements, but here are the rules.
All right.
If most of the table agrees on one thing, that's where it's going.
Okay.
And you can fight it and you can press a button or whatever you want and say, no, this is going in diarrhea. I don't care what you say. Then we'll start to think, okay, it might be a little bit lower then, but most of the time it should go into the category that it's at. So we'll
Okay.
start at the top.
Yankee.
Arby's.
Arby's.
I'm going with middle of the pack. You know, it's uninspiring.
Okay,
in my
good.
opinion.
That's good word for it. But
You
then
know,
that-
I don't feel like, I'm craving some Arby's
I'm
today.
honestly
But if it's
going-
there, if I'm riding through a small town and I'm really
like
hungry,
Steven Cities.
not even Steve, I'd say Culpeper. If I can find an Arby's in Culpeper, I'll eat it.
Not even
But you know
that,
what?
man. I'm going okay food. The only thing good there for me is their curly fries, and that's
I'm going up toward the top.
What?
Wow.
Big beef and cheddar all day.
No way.
Big beef and cheddar and curly fries.
Oh well, see, the curly fries could carry them to a little bit
That's
better.
why I'm saying it's only an okay food for me because it's carried by the curly
All right,
fries.
well,
and
see,
that's
I'm not riding the freaking roast beef freaking super train here. What I am riding is the sandwiches, and when I say sandwich, they're freaking the turkey bacon cheddar,
See, they've got some
the turkey
diversity
bacon
in their
ranch
menu.
with the lettuce, the fresh lettuce, and I'm thinking middle of the pack, but not a bad sandwich.
I'll say that with Lucas then because I'm not like.
Or so we saying middle?
If
I'm
I-
saying
I'll take
middle.
middle.
I would say it's probably closer to a middle.
Okay.
Hey, it's not one of those places where you're like, hey, Arby's, they got curly fries, but you can get the roast beef, like you said, the roast beef and Swiss, or you can get a freaking cheddar loaded, but I'm thinking
where
more
I'm
middle.
going.
Yeah.
All right. Next, Burger King. Right off the bat, I'm going okay food.
I'm going diarrhea.
Yeah.
I've
Okay
had some
food,
bad
diarrhea.
experiences.
Their
with
I'll
stuff
agree
is
with you
so
on that.
greasy sometimes.
Their fries are some of the worst fries ever.
I can never get one that's salted.
Yeah, it's as I said, and some of them are just straight in the fryer for 10 minutes.
Yep.
What about you? Because we've said Arby's.
It's to me, you saying diarrhea.
I'm saying diarrhea.
They're called the Burger King. They
Right.
are second tier to McDonald's in 100%.
No,
I'd
oh,
go
see,
third tier. I don't think
but
it's
I'm
good
saying
at all.
like in yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes those burgers, they're cooked on grills, dude. They're
Right.
burnt to a crisp.
like
sometimes,
they're overcooking stuff too
Yeah.
much and things like that. They call it flame broiled.
Yeah.
And while
It's
I love-
broiled all right.
but
It's
I like
fucking-
I like the smokiness and taste of the burger itself.
It look-
Sometimes they'll put a dollop of. When I say a dollop, it's like they used a fucking ice cream scoop of freaking mayonnaise,
Mayonnaise,
on that.
yeah.
And sometimes
That's tasty.
A fine point painting utensil and paintbrush and just
You
dot.
want cheese on that? Yeah, I'm only putting one tiny slice of cheese to cover.
You get a
up.
third
and
of
if
slice.
I hold it up, I can see through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably as much as I don't mind a Whopper, dude. I'm still not putting it up there.
even with their what is
All
it,
right.
the Impossible Burger?
Yeah.
They still can't come up.
It's still going to be burnt to a crisp.
I
Yeah.
don't
You're
know.
not
I don't
gonna-
know quite diarrhea, but
I don't
It'll
know.
be down
Most
there
of
toward
us
the
are-
bottom.
Lucas.
You're saying not
Lucas-
quite though, and the three of us are like diarrhea. So I'm going to go diarrhea.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you guys with McDonald's because I know what the human body has endured,
But-
and
Okay. Well, Little Caesars.
Who says to themselves, you know what? I want a pizza.
Hear me-
but I want Little Caesars
Hear
pizza.
me out though.
pizza.
Hear me out though. For a party, it is the cheapest way
Yeah.
to go. And sure, it's not the best, but I'm telling you, their deep dish, it's not bad.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I've had it once and it was only one slice.
Okay, so you're out of this.
Yeah.
And I think that they carry along with their freaking what do they call the garlic breads? The garlic
Yeah, their
bread
crazy
twists
bread.
and stuff. Yeah, crazy bread. I think that carries them a little bit.
It does, but I'm telling you, for a party, I'm not saying it's like top of the line. I'm not saying that.
No.
I'm saying it's okay food.
That's where I would say.
I'm saying it's
not
okay
terrible.
food. Exactly.
All right, if
Because
it's at the
we have
party,
a-
you're eating.
Yeah, I'll eat it, but
Yeah.
I'm also gonna think I wonder if this was the cheapest pizza because who
we-
gets inspired to order Little Caesars?
Because think about this as well. We have other pizza places on here, and you have to put it in perspective of those.
Right.
But we'll get to that whenever we get to those places.
Right.
All right, Carl's Jr. or Hardee's? It's / Hardee's. That's it.
I've never had Carl's Jr. or
Okay,
Hardee's, so I'll
What?
step out of this.
I'm not
What?
saying it's
I'll
top
bow
of
out
the
of this
line,
one.
but it's great. I will say it's great.
I will say that put it up in the top tier, but here's the problem too. Sometimes is I think the way the patty is designed for Carl's Jr. or Hardee's / Hardee's is sometimes I think they do get it a little overcooked. But other than that, when they put
He's had it when he's blackout drunk. It's
dude
very
when they
good.
put when
Sorry. What?
when they put it together, it's a good burger. And I've had them with just the lettuce wrap, and I can destroy.
Do we even have one around here?
Their chicken
No,
fingers
you have to
are
go down-
hand breaded.
you
It's
have to go
actually like made
south to
from
freaking
scratch. It's actually
Harrisonburg.
very good.
Yeah, so I would put them. I would
I
put
would
them.
put it great, but not top tier, just
Right,
because
probably.
like they can mess it up a lot.
Right.
All right, I know where Coach stands on this next one, but Chick-fil-A, I put top of the line.
I agree.
my
It is
God,
top
it
of
is.
the
Yeah,
line.
Not even a question.
Yeah.
What? You guys fucking have no taste buds. You've never had
What?
anything good.
No, you need to go in there and get you a chicken sandwich.
Get
Put
the
ranch
deluxe
and
or
hot
something.
sauce on it, and game changer.
Yeah, with the 2 pickles or the freaking
No pickles.
the high
Just
school
add
douche
cheese.
who couldn't figure out 2 pickles or 3 pickles, and then they put them
I'm
on the
telling
bottom.
you right now, Coach, like you will go into a room with 10 people, you would be the one fucking person that would say, it's okay.
Let's put it this way: for my
It's
daughter's
the same way. Look, I look at Chick-fil-A the same way you guys look at freaking Little Caesars. I'm like, oh, so you got Little Caesars chicken nuggets, okay? Or Chick-fil-A nuggets, okay?
I'm not talking about the nuggets. I'm talking about the sandwiches.
It's the
are
same
great.
thing. It's the same thing for me, though.
You
What's that-
are alone on your own
Have
on
you
this.
seen the TikToks of the Chick-fil-A bowls?
The what?
The Chick-fil-A bowls. You take the nuggets,
Oh, yeah,
put
Oh,
them
I've
in
seen
the
that,
bowl
yeah,
with the
yeah.
mac
Yeah.
and cheese
And the fries, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
See, for my daughter's birthday, we did a
out.
giant platter of Chick-fil-A
I just don't
nuggets.
think that freaking what they do with a piece of chicken is anything spectacular.
Okay, Chipotle.
If there was something
Never
above
had it.
top of the line, that's where Chipotle goes. Chipotle is my favorite
I
restaurant
do
in the
believe-
world.
Yeah,
Never
I
had
agree.
it.
Because well,
I'm passionate about the stance.
can't tell.
I eat Chipotle twice a week.
Do
Not
you
afraid to
for,
admit it. Yeah.
For Coach and I, we've been on keto for a long time, and I've come to realize that there are bad carbs and there are good carbs.
Right.
And I see rice and beans as more of something that is like, okay, that's okay to me. It's not going to hurt yourself. But with Chipotle, I go, if you have a bowl, they put a little bit of it in there, and I go, it's so damn good. I just can't. It's really that damn good for a bowl.
Me and my buddies have a rule. If we're ever at the gym and one of us mentions Chipotle, you have to go. It's just the rule. You know, if you mention Chipotle during a lift, you got to go for the post-workout meal.
You've never
It's
had
the
it?
rule.
I've
Biff?
never had Chipotle.
Well,
Oh,
it's
goodness
a
gracious.
Mexican grill. It's very good.
I will say this.
I've seen pictures of their burritos and they're massive.
Yeah, it's
they
because
are.
you can put
They
a
are,
lot of stuff in.
I've had the burrito before, and the only thing that turns me off is that when you eat it, after you're done, you're like, dude, I have to shut down now. I
Okay,
I have
yeah.
to go on safe mode.
It's
Okay,
hibernation
but just
mode.
from a burrito, that's pretty damn good. If that's
Because
just a
for
burrito.
me, when they start putting the beans and the rice and all that other shit in there, that throws me into carb overload, and it's just like freaking having Thanksgiving turkey, which just freaking shuts me down. I got
Where you have to
power
put
down.
your sweatpants on with the stretchy band.
I can see it. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's good food. I mean, I don't have a problem.
All right, next, Domino's. This is
To me, it depends on the location. Quite frankly, I mean,
for me. This
it,
was
it could be a lot for a lot of these places on the location.
I'll be honest, I'll take bottom tier for Domino's unless it's their wings.
see for me,
So I'd go okay.
I got a younger brother who works at Domino's, one employee of the year, basically. Shout out Eli.
Shout out to Eli.
That Domino's is actually, I would say it's great, but not top tier. But
I'm
if
gonna
you
go-
order from the Domino's in Stevens City, hate to break it to you, you all aren't very good. Sorry, I'm just going to speak the truth.
Well, then let's go. I'll say this. It was
I just
the
heard
best.
that. Threw him under the bus.
I will say this. It is great for college because they have the 2 for $5.99 each deal. So if you're talking about a pizza place,
okay, if you're going, If
Yeah.
you're going for price wise,
yeah, you are talking about
Okay,
something
so-
that is up there with
so
Little
if we-
Caesars and higher in quality than Little
Okay,
Caesars.
so yeah, and I think when you talk about best bang for the buck, okay, Little Caesars is one of those cheap options just to give somebody to eat. But I don't, people rag on Domino's, and I think it comes
Their
down to
cheesy bread, holy shit! During college, like, come on now.
me and my wife, we have one up by us in Romney,
Yeah,
and
You're in Romney now?
Yeah,
Oh,
we literally ordered Domino's just for their cinnamon twists and the chocolate lava cakes.
their bread stuff is very
because
Dessert
good.
guy.
Because that's what happens when I eat that stuff. It becomes chocolate lava.
But their bread stuff and their subs also, their sandwiches,
I've
their
never
chicken,
had one of them.
their
I've
chicken
never-
bacon ranch is very good. It is.
So it's like
I'm saying middle of the pack though.
Yeah, I'll go middle of the
I
pack
would
for their
say middle of the
Alfredo
pack.
wings and
yeah. I
desserts.
think when you get your specialty local jobs like your Italian touch and you get your
Yeah, shout out the local Italian
Yeah.
places. I mean,
You're a fucking employee of the month, by the way.
not employee of the month, employee of the year. Shout out, Eli.
This man has got a
Eli
blown
was
up picture
Yeah.
in the manager's
what grade is
office.
he in now?
Eli is it's terrible.
Wow.
He's in his second semester at Lord Fairfax. So shout out Eli again.
Yeah.
So we're at
That's
middle of the
awesome.
pack.
Enter
That's
Twitter
awesome.
plug here.
Next one, Dairy Queen. Okay, if we're going off by food, I'm going diarrhea 100%.
Who orders food from Dairy Queen?
If you
If you're
don't
not
go-
going for if you're
Do
not
you-
going for a blizzard,
Do you?
I don't know
Biff?
what to tell you.
Chicken tenders and their great white gravy.
Oh boy.
Wow, what a
kn-
take!
I know.
And then their cheese curds.
okay, but I'm not. I have to go diarrhea for the food, but their blizzards really do take it up a notch to okay food. That's the only thing I'll say is that their
Blizzards are elite.
You
That's
still
what I'm
chew 'em.
saying is that their blizzards are elite.
They
but
have
their
Reese's
food-
in them, so technically it's got food in it.
That's what, huh? Yeah, no, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Is like
so-
it falls under their the food category.
You guys are much more broader spectrum than I am. I don't think I've had anything there other than a dip cone. So, and I've just never eaten there. I just don't. I mean, and that's going back. I used to take when CJ was a kid. We used to go to Dairy Queen, and and when we went there, I got my little what do you call them? The little freaking half pint cup
Yeah.
thing, and I put a few nuts and some caramel on there, and that was about it. So I have to disqualify myself
I
from
never-
ranking them from a food perspective because I've never eaten their food.
I'm like you. I had never eaten Dairy Queen food until I met my wife.
Okay, but let me ask you this because I've always wondered this: do they have anything like a chili dog?
Yes,
Oh my god, I would destroy.
they have chili cheese dogs,
Oh my god, that's my.
and they're actually
Okay,
really
I
good.
think we have to go with okay food then.
Superman has freaking kryptonite.
Yours
Mine's
is a chili
fucking
dog.
Chili dog, man.
That's why I asked if gas stations.
we used
were
to
okay.
we used to go to Glory Days, and this is when I used to eat bread. And I don't know that I've had a piece of bread in forever.
Is Glory Days still around?
I had a bagel.
Yeah.
I had a bagel this weekend, and it caused my digestive tract so much anguish. It was.
Oh,
It
geez.
was.
Felt like a leprechaun dancing on his intestines.
Oh my god, it was bad. My colon thought it was a stick up.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have any carbs,
Well,
basically.
and I do, but I don't. Most of my carbs come in a liquid form, and then most of them
Yeah.
come in just basic sugars. But
Okay,
that's it.
next one, Five Guys.
Top of the line.
Over top of the line.
Yeah, it's
Shout out Mark Mosley. Top of the
you-
line.
Cajun fries.
You are. If you say anything else, I will say that you don't like Mark Mosley. I will say it right now.
I can't go in there and not get a double cheeseburger.
No one loves Mark Mosley more than I do. I love. I don't even
you,
call
and my
him.
dad, you and my dad would be fighting.
I do not even call him Mark Mosley. I do never call
just
him
call
by
him
his,
Mark?
I call him Mr. Mosley.
Oh.
And he goes, "Would you please call me Mark?" And I was like,
Shut
"No,
up."
You call me Coach. I call you Mr. Mosley." And that's just the way I feel.
Okay, but are you putting at top of the line?
It's a wonderful burger. You can't go wrong
Still
with
didn't
it.
answer the question.
Even with their
What?
lettuce
Is
wrap
it top of the
burgers.
line?
Yeah, I think it's right up. It's got to be up there,
Sure.
just because it's made the way you want it. I
Expensive, I will say.
Yes.
But
Yes.
you're getting what you pay for.
I'm going in
You
there.
order a small fries and you get a whole bag full.
Yeah.
I mean, what's
and that's
not
the best
to love?
part, having the fries loose in the bottom of the bag.
and you know what?
you have it in your car, you pick up the bag, and you go, fuck, it fell through the bag.
Yep, I go in there, double cheeseburger, chocolate milkshake, and Cajun fries.
Holy crap.
I'll tell you what. I
9
was
o'clock,
looking at.
I'm on
I
the
was
shitter.
looking.
10 o'clock, I'm
I wa-
crying.
I was looking at this list of burgers, the greatest burgers, and Five Guys ranks number 3 all time.
Yeah.
And the other ones I've never had or never heard of before. So Five Guys is in the top 3, and 2 of them
Okay.
I've never heard of.
Okay. Well, next one. Have you guys? I know you just said you haven't
I've
had
never
In-N-Out.
had that
I
one.
never had it either.
Okay. For me, I'm gonna say because I had it when I was down at Texas for
I was
our
going to say,
national.
it's
Oh,
out
that's right.
west and
He-
south and
yeah.
stuff, right?
He remarked about this because I remember when you
I've
went.
had it,
And this is
I will-
In-N-Out.
And this is In-N-Out. I will say it's great, but it's not top tier because I also had Whataburger when I was down there, and Whataburger.
I've always wanted to go
and
there.
Whataburger is better than In-N-Out. Their fries, though, In-N-Out, you can get them monster style, I think it's what it's called, and it comes with like chili and cheese on them, so it's like really good.
So
But
in
I'll
this
say-
one, in this list, In-N-Out Burger ranks near the top. It's
Yeah.
number 2 all time, and it
But-
says basically what they basically tell you is that there is nobody who will argue against you as one of the best burgers in the land. It says.
But I will say, compared
So-
to a Five Guys burger, no, I'm taking a Five Guys burger than I am in
well, the
In-N-Out.
difference being is that if you eat things with a bun, the bun makes everything. The
It is
bun
true.
is everything when it
In a Five
because-
Guys burger, bun is good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think because some burgers, when you have a bun on them, you're like, this thing is a piece of shit. This is what's really getting me. This is what's filling me up. Versus, a soft, soggy,
Okay.
I don't know.
Next one, Jack in the Box.
I will bow out of this one also.
I've never heard
never.
I had
never
Jack in
it.
the Box when I was a kid. Jack in the Box is very similar to Carl's Jr. Jack in the Box is a very similar burger to what maybe a Burger King, probably a little higher tier than a Burger King.
But I will say that it is not good.
I know.
It's not a great
It
one.
is
It's
not
in
a
that
good
same.
one.
It's
I
in
know
that
this isn't
same
on the
mold.
list. Have you guys had the Highway 55 yet?
No.
No, this isn't on the list though.
I'm just
And that's the brand new one out there
the
on
new one.
37.
Yeah,
Oh, then no. I haven't.
they're specialized in burgers and shakes, and I actually want to try it now.
Right.
I would say that it's-
the one thing that I went to Illinois for a coaching clinic, and we went to a Steak and Shake. Dude.
They're good.
Oh my god.
Steak and Shake is top
Steak
tier.
and Shake is
They have
ridiculous.
one at JMU at their food.
So let me
court,
do a
and
little
It's
quick-
delicious.
Let me do a little.
Okay.
While he's doing that, what's next?
Okay. KFC. Okay, there's multiple chicken places on here. So you got KFC.
Boo!
You got Popeyes. If I am taking
I'm going to tell you right now that Jack in the Box ranks one level above Dairy Queen.
well, we have it at OK Food. That's where we have
So
it.
that matches up then with what we
But
got.
KFC,
what
though?
we've said.
Dude,
It's okay.
it's not. Yeah, compared to Popeyes, I am not.
See,
If they're specializing in chicken,
if you get a good piece of chicken, like your popcorn chickens could range from a good nugget to just nothing but crisp.
yeah.
So it varies.
And I think it also comes with what style of chicken. You can get the crispy, extra crispy, or you can get the
The
oven
Nashville
roasted.
hot.
And they're
Yeah,
always out
roast.
of grilled though. They never have grilled. They're always
Right,
out of
we're
it.
always talking about that, and because I get the grilled chicken whenever
I get the famous
there,
bowl.
But I would say that
That's the only
it's
thing
not-
that keeps it going for me
Yeah.
is their famous.
When
Yeah.
you look at where KFC ranks, it's probably in the top 10, top 15 of all these rankings. So it's probably an okay food, but nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
I am
I
getting
did.
extremely hungry now.
I told you it would be a good
then
one
that
here.
peanut butter peanut butter stout's going to be
Okay.
really good for you.
I know you're going to be different on this,
Nah,
but McDonald's,
It's
I'm putting that great, but not top tier.
I'd go one lower.
it's convenient.
Yeah,
It's
It-
convenient
that-
because they're
that's just
everywhere.
it.
But
It's convenient, but it's nothing to write home about.
Their fries are really good though.
I think that's what carries them is their fries.
they do have some good
Their
sweet
ice-
tea if they hit
See,
it right though.
I'll get.
I do a
Love some
blend.
sweet tea.
I
You
don't-
got
I don't
breakfast,
get
your
much-
burritos.
Their McGriddles.
Yeah,
I've never had a McGriddle.
I haven't either.
No,
It's like a heart attack on a bun.
I know, but one of my favorite things, and I don't eat much from McDonald's at all. I don't think I've had a McDonald's hamburger in probably 10 years.
They have changed some of
But
their burgers.
I've eaten the sausage and egg McMuffin, and that's been a mainstay for breakfast treats and stuff. And I can get it down because I like the taste and stuff.
I mean,
I wouldn't say it's great. I'd just say I would rock it right in the middle. I just know that I
agree.
I can't eat their hamburgers because I'm like you with the Dairy Queen with the freaking chocolate lava afterwards.
But
I just think that also their ice cream machine is always fucking broken. If
you
ever
never go
there.
to McDonald's and say, "Hey, let's get ice cream." But no, if you want to put McDonald's up towards the top, go off of their secret menu.
Secret menu.
I get the McGangbang.
What?
It's not. That's not a secret menu item, but you have to order the items that are on the menu to make that item.
Yeah.
It's a McChicken
They can
and a
actually make
McDouble
it-
combined.
Yep.
A McChicken
And a McDouble combined.
Combined.
Did you see where McDonald's is changing their McChicken to fall in line, more in line with what's coming out of freaking Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're trying to be
changing-
more competition to each other.
All right. Next, Panda Express.
I'm going to say great, but not top tier.
Depends on what time you get there.
I'm not, dude. I am completely on
You
the
could be-
opposite as you. I am
Really?
diarrhea.
You could be
If
top
I'm-
tier or diarrhea depending on what time you get there.
If I am
So
going
that,
to,
could that be a location thing, though? Could it
That-
be
it
a
could.
location where it's really good?
it's not that. It's just that if I want Chinese food, I will get it from something.
China
It's
buffet.
garden adjective. Okay, that restaurant name or something that has that name on it. That's what I'm gonna get it from.
I just like, if I'm going shopping in a mall and I see a Panda Express, I'm going to go to it. I mean, I'm not going to lie.
Considering it got
and I
shut
think it's
down
pretty
in our
decent.
mall, so
That's what I'm saying. Is like I just don't see how if I want Chinese food, I would take it somewhere else. I just would.
Yeah, you're going to go to your favorite Chinese spot
to that
because-
hole in the wall place that you love.
Yeah, where they actually have Chinese people cooking.
If you guys like it though, I'll put
Yeah,
it at OK
you go-
Food.
you
But
go
I'm
to-
just
I do like Panda
I
Express.
go to
tell
Panda
you-
Express and you have like Spanish people cooking food, white people, everybody cooking food but a Chinese person.
Yeah, and it's just because it's a chain too. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to bow out of this one as well because I can't even tell you on one finger if I've ever eaten in a Panda Express.
So you've never had it.
I can't
He
tell
can't
you
recollect.
I
Okay.
can't tell you if I've ever had it.
Okay. Well then, for you two, what you have to? What do you say about him? Because he's the other one who's also had it.
I'm going middle.
I'm going great, but not top tier.
Wow, look at Lucas.
He's
Love me some Panda
licking his
Express.
earlobes.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
I
What's
don't
the- what's
like
your
it,
favorite
so
thing?
We're going middle with the pack.
I just like a simple orange chicken
Okay.
guy.
I'm orange chicken,
beef and broccoli. Yeah.
See, I'm a big
some
beef and
chow
broccoli.
mein. I mean,
So if I get there
just
when
the
they first start
basics.
cooking, I'll agree with you.
See, I was a
Okay.
really big. CJ knows this. Before I went, I call it half-ass keto, but I'm pretty much full keto just because I have to anymore. My digestive tract won't
Yeah.
allow me to
Well,
consume
you're getting
some
up
of
there a
these things.
little in age. You
Well, it just
know.
doesn't. It doesn't. I know what will happen if I eat certain foods.
Yeah.
And so I used to be a huge lo mein
Okay.
guy. I love the freaking noodles. I love the beef, the pork, lo meins.
Even before I did the keto thing, I still love chicken and broccoli. And when he said, "Yeah, you can have chicken and broccoli from Chinese," I was like, "Hot damn!" Let's go.
Yeah, or beef
Now, do
and
you get it in
broccoli.
brown sauce or white sauce?
Yeah, the brown sauce.
I love pepper steaks.
All
I
right.
love freaking beef and broccoli. I can
I
just
should go
enjoy
for
that.
some lemon peppered trout.
Next one, Papa John's. And if you put this anywhere else than anything with what it
I'd go
deserves,
okay.
I'm putting it in diarrhea.
I'm going
Son of a bitch, Lucas! Are you
great, but not top tier.
my
No, it is not above Domino's.
I love
We're
Papa
outranking
John's.
him. We're going bottom tier.
Here's
It's only
the
'cause
only.
of Peyton Manning, and you were
No.
the same fucking number.
I
He ate
love
700
Papa
pizzas
John's.
and he hated himself after it.
Did you watch that video?
Yes, and he fucking hated himself.
I ate 40 pizzas in 30 days.
That-
It's
that-
one of the
that
greatest
explains
lines
why-
ever. You
that
gotta watch
explains
that video,
Peyton Manning's
Coach.
forehead.
I
What
talked
is it?
about it last week.
What is it?
Papa John, when all the shit was hitting the fan for him.
What
he
was
just
going
comes
on
out.
with him anyway?
He
Was
said
it
the
racism?
N word.
Yeah,
he said the N
oh,
word.
okay, okay. No,
He came out.
Yeah.
He came out with a video. It just
ER
says,
or,
"Oh,
A?
ER."
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Say hard R, yeah.
hard R.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. He.
That's
yeah,
the
he,
queen
he got,
mother of bad words.
Right.
Yes.
You know. He,
Especially for us
Oh, I was
light-skinned
Today-
I
fellas.
was
Today's
playing with
society-
a guy earlier on computer, I was playing with a guy who was not a very nice person, and also
I mean,
had a lot of
look at
racist
today's
things to say.
society versus what Modern Warfare 2
Dude,
society.
I know, but he couldn't have been older than 17 years old. Dude.
Yeah,
That's how
we
bad
weren't
that kid
either.
Sounded like.
I instantly.
Biff.
I turned my mic off.
I
when
can't
started.
say nothing. I was a really rude kid.
Dude,
But anyway,
I
as you
turn
were
my
saying,
mic off when
Lucas-
I hear that shit. I just turn it off. I don't want to be a part of it.
Same, coach.
I just
You know,
can't.
I don't.
I mean,
wanna
I'm
be
a
part of
teacher.
it.
I
I tell
Same,
them off.
same. I'm a future teacher.
and
Don't
I-
say that stuff
and-
around
and-
me.
and
I
I'm
tell them off.
I'm
I
with-
call them a bum because they wouldn't
Oh,
say
I
that
go
shit
hostile,
in real life.
but
They
I
just
don't
wouldn't.
go
They're
racism.
cowards. That's what they are.
And then the number of athletes that I've coached and of every race you could possibly imagine, to think that I would say that to some kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just to say it because I'm freaking anonymous.
What is that show
This
on
whole
Netflix?
conversation is literally living proof that it belongs in the fucking diarrhea.
Hey,
Because
but
we had to bring
you
up
know what?
Papa John's.
You know what? Shaq's taking over the brand. Well, maybe that's not exactly true. Shaq shot a few commercials. Hey,
No, the star of Papa John's is Peyton Manning's forehead.
all I'm saying is
not a forehead,
It's
it's 5 pounds.
another
Might be
place that's
6.
expensive, but it's
Is it really?
It's some really good
Oh yes,
pizza.
their delivery fees.
have-
Hey, shout out to Steven City Papa John's. They hit it. Shout out you guys. You guys do a great
This
job.
man's putting the freaking
Dude,
food
he
plugs
knows
in
every
everywhere.
pizza place around here. Dude, Steven City's Domino's, you're trash. Papa John's, you're doing good. Little Caesars, Employee of the Year right
yeah,
there.
shout out Eli.
So, okay, I have to go bottom with Biff,
Yeah.
though.
Okay,
I do.
I can't tell you if I've ever. I don't know
Coach,
that I've ever.
would you eat some fucking food
I
once in a
don't
while?
eat. You know how I am anymore. I
Hey,
don't eat
he's
like
starting to
that.
look slim down. I mean,
No, I put on 15.
All right, well, then what about Pizza Hut?
Frustrated.
Diarrhea.
Because
Oh,
I'm going there, too. I'm going there right with you. The only
I
thing
haven't
that...
had Pizza Hut since the one on
Well,
Greenville Avenue
and
closed
I
down.
think what has happened is that franchise has turned over a little bit.
And they've also
Because
gone away from
because
their...
what was made them really
Staple.
good?
Yeah,
right, what
the-
made them good? And
People
because
go
when
there after a baseball game, man. You see
when-
the bench warmers and macaroni
when-
make your peaky
when
small
CJ
type of stuff.
when CJ and I were, or when CJ was a kid, and we'd had a few extra bucks to take the kids somewhere. We would take them to Pizza Hut because there
Stuffed
was always
crust.
there was,
Yeah.
and I think
The
that was
pan pizza.
Right,
They've
that
gotten
was-
away from it.
Yeah, that Pizza Hut pan, and they had the little stuffed crust, and then you could get a salad and all that shit in the place.
So-
and those places are just disappearing, And so I think that the brand itself has dropped off. I haven't eaten a Pizza Hut pizza in forever. So
Yeah, the one on Pleasant Valley over there? There was one over on Pleasant Valley at
It's-
Pizza Hut.
yeah,
Very
and we
good.
used to take you guys over there a lot.
Yeah, and guess what? It's a loan office
Yeah, it's a
now.
loan
It's completely
office, like-
different.
If I was to have to choose a pizza place to go to, it would have been CC's.
Okay,
I
yeah.
know
That's
it's
a
not fast
bold
food,
take.
but mac and cheese pizza.
Anymore because of what they do with their pizza. It's
It's such
popular.
a diverse.
After
Yeah,
we
it's
had to
pop-
talk about wings last week, you can't say anything about bold fucking takes up in here. Okay?
Well, I mean, I just think I'll be quick with this because I know it's not on the list. CC's very convenient, very cheap, but it doesn't inspire me. The pizza doesn't inspire
Yeah,
me.
and it's not designed to. It's designed to
It's
freaking get a
just-
few freaking carbs in your gullet,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Okay.
And it's more about it's more about what you just said. It's quick, it's easy. You get your fill and you get out. You're not dining there because they got great silverware and shit like
I
that.
did just recently get back from Chicago for school for my job.
Oh, did you
and
try
I got
deep dish?
deep dish,
How was it?
and it was amazing.
Because
I
we
think
had it.
we went to Chicago. We went
We
to a
had it,
Bears
and
game.
it was okay. But
Yeah.
I know that there are great places.
No, it
up
was
there
like
that-
called Giardi's or something like that, and my teacher actually recommended it, and I ate like 2 slices and had it for like 3 days.
We
So-
went to a Bears game. We went to Chicago and got freaking club level tickets and the whole 9 yards. And we went to a very famous. It was on one of the freaking food shows that we had watched for
Man versus Food.
Okay.
for famous Chicago deep dish. And it was not inspiring. It was just like we were like, okay.
The crust was really bad. It was
Yeah, and I
very
think it was
soggy.
because, and it was a tiny place too.
Yeah, it
and I
was
think
very
that they
small.
were just it was what we keep bringing up. Maybe it's just a location. That if you had a good location, it wouldn't be that bad. But you
Funny
know,
enough, that Bears game we went to, you remember the infamous Calvin Johnson no
Where-
catch that was like
where
called
you
in the
have
end
to
Oh,
zone?
were you at that game?
We
That
were
was
at
the
that
game we
game.
were at. Yeah.
Wow.
And the Bears won, and the whole fucking place went
They must
crazy.
not have had
Crazy.
Trubisky.
That's where I got
No,
my.
they
I
had
got
Cutler.
my. We parked.
Old
we
Smokin'
parked
Jay.
downtown, and we got a cab to close to the where the Field Museum is, and they dropped us off, and then we walked
I
down.
hate to see that city when they
where
lose.
the stadium there's a long walk to the
go to
stadium and
Philly.
have all these walking areas in this giant park near the Field Museum outside of Soldier Field.
Okay.
And we went down there, and I actually found
6 left.
one of those guys where they had a jersey set up, and I actually bought my freaking all-century team Dick Butkus jersey
Wow,
from
that's
him.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. We got 6 more to go.
Okay.
Popeyes.
I'm gonna get something to drink. Anybody
Okay.
want anything to drink?
No,
I'm good. Because we're going to be tasting beer
You
here in
guys
about
suck ass.
20 minutes or so. Popeyes.
Middle of the pack.
Dude. I'm thinking it's great, but not top tier. If I'm talking
I actually
about,
had a Popeye's chicken sandwich earlier today. I was in a little bit of a rush. The sandwich, it's good. It was good, but I just don't know, man. It was good.
their
but it
chicken
wasn't-
is way better than KFC because you can get
Oh,
spicy
I
chicken.
agree. I do agree.
Yeah,
but
you can get-
that's not hard.
Huh?
That's not hard to be better than KFC. in my
Okay, but
opinion.
I'm saying like overall quality compared to KFC, I say that it's great, but not top tier. Because chicken sandwiches, it's not beating Chick-fil-A.
No, of course not.
I'm
Biff,
gonna
what are
bow
your
out.
thoughts?
Huh?
I'm gonna bow out.
Even
I
though-
don't just go to. I don't say, hey, I want to go to Popeyes, and it's not something I crave.
Weirdo.
And that's kind of the same. Like I eat them, like that was pretty good, but
It's-
like I've never craved a Popeyes. Like today when I went, I was like, hey, there's a Popeyes. I'll just eat. from there.
Even being a New Orleans fan, I don't like their.
You know, and when
Yeah,
you
I mean-
look at what where Popeye sits in the middle of the run of all of these places. So this poll that I looked at 50 fast food chains, and freaking Popeyes is like smack dab in the middle. They're like at 20.
Yeah, they're middle of the pack.
So I'm thinking middle to lower tier pack.
Okay.
Probably I wouldn't put them much beyond KFC.
Okay, Sonic.
Diarrhea.
Yeah, diarrhea.
Yeah, I'm
Their
not-
service is terrible.
And they
The-
come out roller skating.
Come out
They can
roller
barely
skating.
control themselves.
Come out roller skating. The whole thing there is just dumb. You can't order.
You can't usually fit a decent sized vehicle in those little slots.
Exactly.
But
And their food is not good at all.
I'll disagree. I go for the foot long chili dog and wings.
Again with the fucking.
Sounds like Coach might be in on that place now.
But if you think about select foods, am I going there because I found something that I really like? It's no different than you going to Panda Express and getting that orange chicken that you like or that lo mein. It's the same thing. If you're going to Sonic and you're
Only an
hammering,
okay food. I'm not having this discussion.
I'll
Right,
go with
I'm
okay.
just saying
I'll
that.
agree with okay.
It's just no. I'm not having that.
Now, if you go off their whole menu, okay food.
Subway,
Top
Middle-
tier.
I go.
Whoa.
I go
Top
great.
tier.
I go great. Great.
Great?
Top
I'm
tier.
as-
I'm going middle of the pack.
What? Why?
I'm as passionate
Because-
about Subway as you are about Panda.
No, I mean you probably Chipotle then.
Okay.
Chipotle's my place. But anyways, I mean,
He's at the gym, bro.
I personally have never thought to myself or heard another person say, I am craving Subway. I think it's
when
more
I lived
of like,
in Clearbrook, me and my wife. What do you want for dinner? Subway.
wow.
It's a
Well, the one
$5
thing-
sub. It's
well, I
very
know, but
cheap.
here's
But
the-
it's convenient. I'll give
Yes.
it that.
Okay,
Convenient.
but here's the great thing about Subway is that you can start with the BL, what was it, the MLT or what are the BLT or whatever, the ABC, the 1, 2, 3, and then you can say, hey, I want bacon on that. Oh, throw some pepperonis
Exactly.
on there too. You can customize that sandwich to get
I
the
can
taste
tell
that
you
you
my
want, and you
exact
can't do
order.
that. You can't do that in a McDonald's. You can't say, hey, I want my Big Mac, but I don't want that freaking
Those people
sprinkle
piss me off at a McDonald's
I don't
and
want
get all
that
that
sprinkle
extra
shit lettuce, and I don't want that freaking that piece of cardboard that
I
you
don't
put
want
on
those
your fish
onions
fillet.
that literally look like they were chopped up 17 times.
Well,
in a
and
chopper.
sometimes you'll get a pinch of onion or an entire ice cream scoop of
Yeah.
onion.
It's no different than the
And it's all
Chick-fil-A
in the
where
middle
they
of the
put where they put 3 really really shitty pickles on the bottom, and they don't even amount to one freaking pickle.
I don't know. I just think I can make a solid sandwich at home. It just doesn't inspire
Go
me.
to Subway. 12-inch Italian urban cheese, bacon, chicken ranch, light lettuce, toasted.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that carries it up a notch is that you can tailor it to your taste,
Mm-hmm.
where you can't do that with a lot of other fast food places.
I'll give it that, but I don't know.
But in terms of the quality of it, if I want a roast beef, I'm not going to Subway for a roast beef sandwich. I will buy the fucking roast beef at the grocery
Exactly,
store
that's what
and
I'm-
make
that's- and
Their
that's what
steak
my
and
thoughts
cheese
are.
is good. Meatball subs are good.
Yeah, I mean,
So.
yeah. I let's put it. Let's.
I have it at great, but
I'll
not
go
top
great.
tier.
Okay.
Because
All right,
these two are. I'm
Yeah,
right there with
yeah.
you. Taco Bell.
Oh my god.
That is such a
Diarrhea.
location depending answer.
I've never had a good experience with Taco Bell.
No.
The only thing I'll give it
The
is
steak
that
burrito supreme.
I've had a good one.
Dude.
I don't know if that's what you're hinting at, but
No, I'm just saying if you've had about a couple beers in the neck and you got to go get a steak burrito
The only-
supreme, I don't care what the location is, you're mauling
the
that
only
shit.
thing I'll say that agreeing to Biff is that
Listen
it's
to
very
those damn
cheap.
dogs. Did you hear them
it's
go up the
very
stairs?
cheap. It's very, very cheap, and you can get like 10 items for $12.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you can get soft shell, hard shell.
Right.
But-
But it's not anything better than a freaking.
I'll go okay food.
Get the Doritos Locos Tacos.
Okay, we got
Yo
two
quiero
more.
Taco Bell.
Wendy's.
See, that's where
I mean, they're okay. They have the square burger.
Lucas is biting his lip. He wants to say
He's
something.
top of the line.
He's about to eat the microphone.
You know what, Lucas? We finally fucking agree on something. I'm
was it-
actually going top of the line.
Hey, I'm telling you what, your little brother freaking. If I said, Patrick, what would you rather have? If I said, do you want a Baconator? There would be no pause in his freaking.
He's probably already in the car.
Yeah, he was like, okay,
Hey,
who's-
you know
can
what?
hang
Me
on,
and
though.
Pat agree on that.
you drive,
Oh, my-
I'll buy.
I'll go, but I'm getting fries and a Frosty. That's
When
it.
I noticed,
Frosties make it up there though.
Yeah, that'll bring me up closer, but I'm still in the middle. Okay.
when I noticed that the Wendy's in Steven City shut down,
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
going to say I cried, but a soul tear ran down
I
my
was
cheek.
going to say you shed a tear. didn't
I
you?
was just like, man, like that kind of thing, and I don't know. There's just
Lucas,
nothing
you're
quite
all
like
right.
a Baconator.
I don't want to talk. I just go away. Wendy's closed down. I don't want to talk.
Yeah, I would put that somewhere near the top,
Okay.
just simply because
I'll go great.
you're going great.
Yes, because
Dude,
dude,
I still think that's a little hair too much, but
I'm going because their burgers,
I don't
their
think you're
fries,
giving it
their
enough,
chili,
CJ.
their
Well, he knows.
burgers,
he knows.
fries, chili, and Frosties all
CJ,
made very good.
CJ would know that he goes, Mom wants to get Wendy's because it's going to be fast because we got too much shit going on. And he's like, what do you want? And I go, what do you mean, what do I want? He goes,
Dave's
you
double.
Want, you want your regular, don't you? And I'm just like, yeah. And I get the freaking,
Dave's double.
the double with bacon. And I'm like, dude, destruction.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If I ate a McDonald's burger that was like that, I would be shitting my pants for freaking the next 36 hours.
And the fact that they can make them square makes it great. Okay.
Well, don't they tout that their burgers are not frozen, never frozen?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
All right, and then the last one,
Uh-oh.
White Castle.
never had it, but I've heard terrible things about it.
Yeah.
See,
It is bad.
It is
It's
bad.
And
It is very
when you
bad.
look at the rankings for White Castle on this list,
The only thing I've ever give
I'm
them
going
a-
diarrhea because it's literally sliders,
Yeah.
and they put
Yeah.
cheese and onions, and the onions are so disgusting.
they're these
They're
little
so
diced,
fucking
chopped
The
disgusting.
only
little
reason
onions
you could
and
add them up a little bit is Harold and Kumar. So
stuff.
And they pounded 100 of those things down. Okay.
And that's might be the only saving grace is that you can buy a lot of shit. You can get a bunch of them.
yeah, literally
But
buy
other
a
than
lot
that,
of shit.
Other than that, I don't see any redeeming value
No,
in White Castle.
I really
I just don't.
Hence
I
why
don't.
they're not over here towards the east. So
Yeah, what are they? Were they mostly New York, New Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one White Castle I went to was in New Jersey, and it was an experience. A fight broke out.
It's different.
Almost. Almost.
White
like,
Castle
they
is
started.
basically Waffle House.
They
Hey,
started.
don't you hate on Waffle House.
They started staring each other down, and then we didn't see
wanna
the
go,
actual
bro?
fight. But and that was just like part of the experience at White Castle. We waited 40 minutes for our food.
They had a fight and then they shared a slider.
had a
Did
cup
Harold
of
and
Coke.
Kumar show up?
No.
Have you ever seen those movies?
No.
Harold and Kumar.
Oh
No,
my
I
God.
haven't.
There's literally one that is about them going.
They go to
"Dude,
White
I'm
Castle."
fucking hammered. You want to go to White Castle?
Yeah.
And the entire movie is about them going on an adventure.
Trying to get to White
go
Castle.
to White Castle.
To get to White Castle.
Wild
You got to
drunk.
check it out. It's really good.
Okay.
It's really good.
So that was our tier list.
I like it. I like that. What did you guys think of that?
Made me hungry.
Yeah, but not for like McDonald's or anything.
No, I might
Certainly
be
not
going to
White
Five
Castle.
Guys
I might go grab a chicken bowl after this.
or Subway.
Somebody said Chipotle like 4
I
times.
told you it
so
would be a
he's-
good
you know
idea.
where
It gets
he's-
you thinking, and it gets a
Yeah.
little bit.
So
of
what's
an
our
argument.
next tier list? Because I really like this.
I will come. I want to do like snack food because I think like there's like tiers in snack food where you're like finish the whole bag, very good,
Route 11 chips.
middle of the line.
If you can't,
I'm not.
I don't give a shit who
eating
you
anything.
are. And we have fans from varied states and stuff like that. And there's a number of them in PA. And they've only had a little bit of intro to Route 11 chips. But if you get a regular bag of freaking lightly salted and you don't eat the whole bag,
Oh, I agree.
You bumped your head. You have no idea. Like Coach Rohrball and I get into that whole Middlesworth thing, and Middlesworth chips are really good, but not their regular chips. If you eat their Middlesworth sour cream and onion, they're pretty freaking good. Their barbecue, Middlesworth barbecue chips, just might be one of the best barbecue chips on the planet. They're so good. And so next weekend, I'm going to go see your grandmother again because she's really having a hard time right now. So when I go up there, the next show, I'm bringing back, as a part of our beer, I'm going to bring back Middlesworth barbecue and freaking the sour cream and onion, just so that you guys can have a
I really like
taste
the
of
sour
that.
cream and chives Route 11.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites there. Coach Hall,
Okay.
freaking that's one of his favorites. But I'm going to go up there. I'm going to go see his grandmother again.
Go get the
And
beer.
then we'll have them. All right, so
Bartender.
I made a command decision. So we're going to do 3 beers. We're going to do a unique thing because we're going to do stouts today. And the difference, most people look at stouts as these dark beers that are just like, they can't handle them and stuff like that. But we want to talk about them, and these are unique flavors, and they come from a local brewery from PA. So we're going to talk about them, and then I'm going to give you something that's a really treat that comes in line with a stout, but it's called a port wine. And I'm going to give you a little taste of this that's made with, this is no shit, it's made with brandy and grapes. And I'm just going to give you a little taste of it, and I think that you will really like it. So if CJ's going to get the music ready, I'm going to go get the beers, and we're going to sample these things. I'm going to grab some glasses. Daniel, I'm going to need your help to grab some glasses. So go ahead,
Because I'm
CJ,
watching
get
golf anyway.
I have it up. I'm running. I'm just waiting on you. I'll go ahead and. Oh, that's fucking loud. My ears. Well,
This has became one of my favorite songs. Thank
are
you.
you serious?
So let's start with this.
Good dog.
Yeah.
Coach is uncorking it. This is some real stuff, folks. For those who don't
This
get
is
to
a
see
beer
this
channel,
live.
and we're uncorking wine right now.
We're uncorking wine.
Am I underdressed for wine tasting?
Yes.
Yeah, your gut's hanging out too far.
Hey, it's a belly shirt.
Coach, do I need to swirl this? Or?
No. So this is called Good Dog Grape. and this is a wallop. I'm only going to give you a little taste of it, and it's best served chilled like I'm going to give it to you. It's called Good Dog Grape, and it has this really rich flavor, and it's because it's been seasoned with brandy, and so it's called Good Dog Grape, and I'm going to let you try a little splash of this. I'm just going to give you a little bit because if you were to drink more than a little bit, CJ, I'm going to pour that over there, and then we're going to have to cork that thing back up.
Christ.
So, yeah. I tried it, and
You want some?
yeah. And so take a whiff of it, and you'll smell this wonderful fruity flavor, and then you're
smells
gonna,
like communion. Like that's just what it smells like to me.
Oh my God.
yeah. You say that until you take a sip of it and taste how smooth this is. So this is not like anything we've ever tasted on the show.
Yeah, we know it's not.
Top tier.
All right, I'm going for my second taste.
He's going for a second taste. First thing that hits your mind. First thing.
I am not a wine guy.
Children's cough syrup.
I agree with that. I was thinking cough syrup.
I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me, but I am not a wine guy, I would say.
Aftertaste is elite. I love the aftertaste.
It's
but when
not-
it hits your tongue, you're like, that's
And then
the
it
way I feel about
finishes
it.
very smoothly, and I think that has a lot to do with the brandy that's in it. And so I saw it. I talked to this woman about it, and I was like, you know what? I want to taste this on our show. So I grabbed a bottle of it. It's 17% alcohol. So we're just a tick off a freaking NyQuil.
Yeah.
But if you think about after you've had a dinner or whatever like that, instead of having
Be good
reaching
with
for
a
a brandy,
steak.
it could very well find something at the end of a steak where you could start sampling this, and it's like a dessert wine. Mm-hmm. But when you think of wines, it's not a cheap wine. It's really not. I mean, it's not like you're buying a bottle of Mad Dog or anything like that, because it is just so smooth. And like you said, the aftertaste, when you take a deep breath or you taste it afterwards, you're like, you can taste the grapes, the strong grape flavor and stuff like that. It's pretty smooth stuff.
Hey, CJ,
So,
go make me a prime rib.
all right.
Prime rib? It's going to take hours. I can't make a prime rib. I have to roast it.
All right, so
make you a ribeye.
I found these stouts, and the difference between a stout and a porter is, well, it's kind of blurred the lines
sound
between
different.
stouts and porters.
What?
But this is called a vanilla stout, and
Oh, I'm
essentially
gonna
what a
love
stout is they all
You good, Biff?
stouts are like your dark fruity flavors.
I'm going to love this.
But this is a vanilla.
Did these come from Linden?
And oftentimes you'll taste a lot of. No, this is from Illinois. Actually, this is from Murfreesboro, Illinois, and this is 6% alcohol by volume. It's called Big Muddy Brewing, and it's made with all natural flavors. And so a lot of times when you taste these, you'll get coffee, you'll get toffee, you'll get a number of different notes when you get these. And so when you smell them, they often have just a coffee-like aroma to them, but they're generally smooth. And so when you get into these, you'll often get caramel and things like that.
Biff's a little hesitant to try it.
He's going to try it. He's on the show. He's going to fucking try it.
Joke's on you. I'm allergic to alcohol.
So this is the vanilla stout.
All right. You can definitely
There's
smell
like
the coffee.
nothing to it, man.
But you can taste that vanilla.
Yeah.
You hit that vanilla aroma. How cool is that? How smooth is that? I mean, you're talking about a dark, full-body beer.
Wow.
That's what made me hesitant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is so
Like-
damn light.
It's smooth, isn't it?
The taste is good. The aftertaste is
And it's
not
a little
strong.
different. It's a little different than a porter because a porter will often have, I don't know, a little bit more of hoppy taste to that, and this doesn't have that. It doesn't have the bite of a hoppy beer, a dark beer. What's your thoughts, Lucas?
It's good. Probably wouldn't go back to the cooler for it.
I would.
In my opinion.
I like it.
I think I would. I think I would definitely. This is the vanilla, and you can definitely get the hints of vanilla on there.
Yeah.
So I like that one. All right, so our next one is still from Big Muddy Brewing, and this one is s'mores.
Get out the campfire.
This one is a s'mores, and so it's another stout. So it's going to have that caramel, coffee, nutty flavor to it. Let's see how good this one is. I took a little bigger pour.
How many?
You can definitely tell it right away. You can get that chocolatey smell out of it right away. The chocolatey aromas.
It's my palate
Big Muddy
cleanser.
Brewing. It has a sweet smell to it. It's like a dark chocolatey smell to it.
Yes.
That's definitely something good to follow up with after vanilla. S'mores.
Wow. I really like that.
Oh my God, that's so good.
That's one of the.
Is heavenly.
I don't say this lightly. This is one of the best things I've ever had, Coach.
Is that a good beer or what?
This would cause problems if there are
But here's
multiple
the
ones
thing.
of these.
Here's the thing. It's different because when you look at a porter's a brown malt. And so porters tend to be a lot stronger, maybe a little more higher alcohol by volume. This one's just a tick over. This one is just a tick over what a regular beer would be.
You don't like it, Biff?
No, I was laughing at your little giggle.
So
It's
this
good.
is
It's very good.
This one's a regular. Let's just talk Bud Light. I don't care. Just a Miller Lite. Those are probably 4.5, between 4.5 and 4.7. This is only 5.5% alcohol by volume. So it's not going to hit a ton like that. But when you think about a summer party and you're out and you got a cooler full of these Big Muddy
Tailgating.
Brewings with these freaking
my
s'mores
God,
in
yeah.
there, are you gonna go back and you're gonna bend your elbow and drink a handful of these things?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
There's
one of
a-
the best beers we've
These
had.
would sneak up on you.
Yeah, but it's
That's
not.
for
It's
sure.
not over the top though. It's
No, it's not,
like
but-
your good dog grape. It's not. It's not hitting you at 17%. It's
It-
like 3 times what this is.
It goes down so smooth, and it is so good that you'll just be reaching in the cooler, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you won't be tasting them anymore. So
And there is just a hint of an aftertaste, but the hint of the aftertaste is that chocolatey s'mores,
Right.
Yeah.
marshmallow.
Great aftertaste.
How do they have that marshmallowy freaking taste in there? That's fucking crazy.
Probably cook a marshmallow underneath.
And then finally, the coup de grace, and this is where CJ and I live, and I haven't had one in over a year.
I'm very excited
least
about this
a year.
next one.
Is CJ and I absolutely love. When I say love, I look at my son lovingly because I was part of the creation team. But when I say this, there is nothing better than a deep cup freaking Reese's peanut butter cup.
I agree.
The big freaking king size deep cups. There's nothing better than that. And this is Big Muddy Brewing's, and this is also 5.5% alcohol. This is peanut butter cup. And
No way.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, this is gonna.
I'm a little excited for this. one.
Chocolate.
This is gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna take a little bit more because Daniel's not, because he's a fucking piece of shit. He probably, you know why he doesn't like this? Because he's around gasoline all day.
That
Diesel
could be
and
possible.
gasoline.
I'm allergic to alcohol.
Oh, the smell
Oh goodness
is
gracious!
elite.
I'm excited.
Oh my gosh. The smell is
It is
so
like
good.
It is like.
CJ and I are just both laughing with how good the smell is.
It's even
And then
smoother.
Biff's looking at it like, eh.
It smells like a cooked Reese's.
It does. It smells like a cooked Reese's, but the aftertaste ends. Like it doesn't linger.
But it is like you were eating.
A cooked
Smaller-
Reese's.
A deep
small-
fried Reese.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. I don't think it tastes that good.
Dang.
You don't like this one as much?
But it
I like it.
stops.
Wait
like
a minute.
that.
Wait a minute. Wait till it finishes, and then get a little more taste, and you can taste the peanut butter in it. No?
No.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
I'm going in for my second. I don't know. Maybe the second one will change my mind.
Take a big pull off.
That's
of that.
number one.
Oh my goodness, that's much better. Second one.
Son of a bitch. He doesn't see it.
Yeah, I'm just pondering. It's good, but it's not. I'm disappointed, to be honest. I thought,
you?
based off the smell and how much of a Reese's fan I am,
With the smell.
I got
the
smell was just like,
He
oh my
wanted
gosh,
to taste
this
the
is
smell or taste exactly like the smell.
exactly. I wanted to taste exactly how it smelled, and it didn't come off that way. Not to say it's really good. At the end of the day, it's really good, but the smell was so good, and I didn't quite get that from the flavor of it, and so it. I don't know.
But realistically, how are you going to get Reese into a beer?
Oh,
How are
I
you gonna-
agree.
You take it out of the package and you
Drop them in.
Yeah.
But here's my thing, and we're gonna change this up. We're gonna change this up in our next show, and we're gonna use crackers. We're gonna freaking do what's called resetting your taste buds, so that you can, because we've tried the vanilla, we did the freaking
I like
the
the way
s'mores,
the lineup went.
the s'mores. And then if you freaking get
1,
that
2,
taste,
3.
you get that taste cleanser in there, and then you let it hit. Ooh,
No, I'm
listen
just
to
saying
you.
the vanilla followed by the s'mores made the s'mores taste that much better.
Right, and
And
so
then
you
you had the peanut butter following the s'mores.
so maybe peanut butter first would have done it for you.
Maybe.
Because I'm sitting here down, I'm talking to you, and I still got a little taste left in here, and I'm waiting for that flavor, and it's still there. I still have that taste, and
I
it's
still
not.
love that s'more though. That s'more one.
The s'more was,
so damn
oh
good.
wow,
Peanut butter was number
one of the best
for
things
me.
I've ever had. The s'mores
Really,
was.
and you're not a dark.
wanna make
beer
a
I'm
guy.
tier
not.
list on
And
it,
this
Biff?
is a guy who is a Pilsner guy. The s'mores was wow, top three for me. Now, of course, I'm nowhere near the experts that CJ and Coach are in terms of
telling
how
you what,
much they've tried, but it was
CJ
one of the best things I've ever
CJ and
tried.
I are
You'll
coming.
love Wood Booger.
Oh, no, you won't. No, you won't.
Oh
No, you won't.
God, I remember that. I was here for that.
Daniel was on the show when we did Wood Booger, and it was just the worst.
That was.
But I'm going to tell you what.
number one show.
So, I can't honestly argue against any of these. They're just. As soon as I saw them and I was talking to your mother about them, I was like, let's just grab them because this would be a really good show.
Where did you purchase these at? Because I'm about to go get me some peanut butter.
So we went. I wanted to go see my mother, and she's having a really difficult time with some physical issues and stuff with her legs, and so we were coming back 15 towards Gettysburg, and I knew that there's a beer mart there, and beer mart has a number of different beers. It's very similar in Gettysburg. It's very similar off of 15 to the, for lack of a better word, it looks just like a Total Wine, but there's no wine there. It's just a beer. It's just
Okay.
beer. And so when I was like, let's just stop in and see what they have, and I found Narragansett.
Okay.
So we had a beer on our show months ago called Narragansett from New York, and you've had the Utica Club. You got your empty right there. Narragansett will rival that beer right there in a heartbeat, and it's been made the same way since the 1800s, late 1800s, and it is phenomenal beer. And so we found this place, and we walked in, and they had a pick your six kind of thing, and I just walked in and I was like, holy shit, look at these. This company is making these stouts. Now they made a whole bunch of different IPAs and stuff, but these were stouts, and most people don't go for the stout. That's not one of the first things they grab. And so I have transformed.
That's the wine.
I have transformed my freaking taste buds when it comes to beer.
And
And these have only been cooling for about 3 hours. So if I'm thinking
maybe the peanut butter cup would have been better for me if it was more, if it was ice cold.
if it's a little colder and we
Get it.
tasted it first.
Right.
So I'm thinking on the show we get the little crackers. I'll grab some of the crackers so that we
The
can
peanuts.
and so that you can cleanse your palate before we taste the next one. Unfortunately, I don't have enough glasses to do everything that we're doing, but freaking Big Muddy Brewing. It's a big fucking.
I just
Big
looked
fan.
Up, I just looked up that wine.
Yep.
They have mango, tropical,
yes.
berry,
So
cherry, and grape.
Right, and so we tasted. I can't do the mango for some
Really?
reason.
Because
I
that's the
can't.
one I was looking
Well,
at.
see, I couldn't. I wanted to, and I only had 2 tries at it. So, because we were in a hurry, because I had to go to some memorial service today, so we were in a big hurry, and that's just how it washed out. But I was really happy with Big Muddy Brewing. I think we hit a big time. S'mores, vanilla was really strong, and I think the peanut butter cup will be really good with
For
some
me,
palate cleansing.
I'm gonna get hate for this: peanut butter, vanilla, s'mores, and the wine.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a picture of these and we're going to put them up on our freaking Twitter.
I already took a picture of the peanut butter.
And we're going to line these up, and let's get a picture of these. Let me get my laptop out of the way. Here, I'm going to close the lid.
I'm personally going s'mores, vanilla, then peanut butter, but they were all 3 really good. At the end of the day, they were all 3 really good, but that's my personal order.
Get the hams out of the picture.
Oh, come on. You say that, but everybody that says, I can't believe you drink hams.
I'm not hating hams.
Until you,
a buddy of mine
until
drinks
you,
it by the case.
I'm telling you what, you can go to Walmart, and Walmart has freaking hams, and you can get a 6-pack for less than $3, 50 cents a beer for pounders, and you had them. I
love hams.
I've turned you on to hams, and I'm telling you what, you can't get a better beer. I'm taking the. Look at this.
Well, hams began. My hams craze actually began in early college when
Really?
you don't have any money. You
Ham
just see
is
something
the
cheap.
college
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah, it's a great college beer. But I'm telling you what, Big Muddy Brewing, thank you very much. We're gonna get you on our freaking Twitter, and we're gonna freaking. These guys are falling in our top 10 quickly. And when I say top 10, our top 10 is
Stacked.
no, our top 10 is more like top 20, top 25. But I'm telling you what, I'm thinking S'more Stout, home run.
I agree.
Home run.
Absolutely
Home run.
delicious.
This is a Pittsburgh Pirates freaking. Pittsburgh Pirates. They're going to trade away the S'more Stout, and they're going to freaking. The guy who picks S'more Stout is going to. Oh, Patrick just sent a thing. He goes, "Let me know when you're trying beers. I want to try them." So.
Hey, tell Pat to get down here.
Yeah,
I want Pat. I want to
so-
see Pat's face when he
okay.
tries the s'mores.
All right,
Coach.
yeah. I'm
go.
good. I'm good.
Let's go.
Let's go. I got the picture. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's move on.
So we're going to go to Hops of the Week, and we're going to get out of here. Real quick, DMX did pass away.
Rest in peace, DMX.
After you talked about
Yeah.
him last week.
Yeah.
That's crazy that in just 1 week after you can't say anything now because something bad's going to happen.
Dude,
I
your
know.
grandmother sent me a text, and her question was, "Who in the hell has 15 kids?" Because DMX had
Phillip Rivers.
Antonio Cromartie.
Yeah,
Real quick, actually. Question: you have to remove one. You can't eat it ever again. Wings, pizza, burgers, tacos. Go.
Oh, this was our last week's show.
This was very controversial.
Pick
Biff.
one. This
You can't eat one ever again.
Got to get rid of it.
I could get rid of 2
I said one. Damn it.
tacos.
Okay. I mean that's fine, as long as you don't say wings. Like
I was going to say
guy.
pizza.
Like Lucas
I
went
said
wings.
pizza.
tacos.
I said pizza, but
I'm not huge on tacos. I'm not huge on pizza.
We gotta,
Okay.
He has to start with a peanut butter.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Patrick just showed up. Patrick's on the show. Patrick, we're gonna hit you with a stout. This is peanut.
he doesn't
butter.
need to talk into the mic. He's just gonna.
No. He's
just
gonna
gonna
taste,
drink
and
it.
we'll
He's just
get
gonna
his
drink
feedback.
it. That's all.
That's really good.
His first thing was that's really.
Hey,
good.
wait till you try the s'mores, Pat.
Peanut butter one. That one's really good.
All right, try the
Let him-
s'mores
All right,
bomb really
so-
quick.
No.
Let's go.
He's gonna go vanilla. That was number 2. So here's vanilla.
The peanut butter cup was the third one.
Third one. I gave him third first. So we're gonna go backwards in our favorites.
the third
We
one?
said
That was my
s'mores.
first.
We said
See, that one's smoother.
yeah. It's very smooth, isn't it?
Doesn't have as much flavor as the peanut butter one, but it's smooth.
Yeah, but smell the peanut butter first. Smell it because aromas are big indicators.
Smells
I
like
mean,
Reese's.
I don't think there's much.
yeah, it's
That's the peanut butter.
Yeah, I mean, like just by smell.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's not much.
Now try the
And
s'more one.
then finally we freaking smashed this one, and this is
my favorite,
This
Patrick.
this seemed to be pretty much everybody's favorite. That's s'mores.
Hey, Pat just goes, oh, as soon as it hits his palate, for those who couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
smooth. It's like the perfect balance between these two.
Yeah, it
Like,
is,
A lot
almost.
of flavor, really smooth, but not a ton of flavor.
And here's the
this
thing,
one's
and
smooth
I was
flavor.
talking, I was talking with people about this, and one of the things that
As
they
he
talk
finishes
about,
off the bottle.
as they talk about with wine, is blending them.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, and so s'mores really, really.
Is that all from the same place?
Yes, they're Big Muddy Brewing makes these stouts.
Well, we need to get more of that.
Yes, we need to find more s'mores. And so that will drop into our top 25 easy. So CJ and I, over the last year and whatever months we've been doing this show, have tasted the better part of 200 different beers. And when you talk about s'mores, the way it fits in with the dark beers, that rivals. I'm not going to lie. That rivals are one of our favorite beers of all time on the show, and that's Port City's Porter. The s'more stout is definitely
See,
on the list.
Thanks to you guys, I
Golly.
actually found my favorite beer, which was Leinenkugel's.
Leinenkugel is a really
Oh, those
good
are
beer.
elite.
Yeah, Leinenkugel
Hard to
is a
find around here.
Wisconsin-based beer. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Brewed and bottled in Wisconsin. You can find a whole bunch of them. Summer Shandy is really, really good. Leinenkugel Light is one of those beers that you can just hammer.
I think the Summer Shandy's the one that you guys got
I
me to,
agree.
which was it had like a lemon flavor
Yeah,
to
a
it.
little bit of a bite, but not over the top
Yeah.
and no aftertaste. Yeah, Leinenkugel. I got a buddy who calls it leaky ass because every time he drinks it, he gets freaking diarrhea. But he still drinks them.
Yeah.
So
Worth
all right,
it.
CJ, there we go. There's our beer list.
All right,
so we're
hop
gonna
boy.
let's go. Let's
No,
hammer these
I
hops.
mean, if
Hop to the hops.
How many do you have?
I have 2 short ones. Is all.
For Hops of the Week, is that what we're on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got 2. So
Do you
go
have
ahead.
any, Biff, or no?
I can come up with something.
All right.
I have one.
And Lucas said he was gonna really hit home with this one. So go ahead, Lucas. Start it.
So this comes out of the University of Southern California.
USC, okay.
Yeah, USC. Yeah, I'll say USC. I don't want to cause controversy with the South Carolina people.
Yes,
Anyways,
That's fine.
So a homeless man infiltrated the football program for several days.
What?
So, yeah, this crazy story. So, they got rid of their fingerprint scanning that a lot of football programs use to let people into the building because of COVID concerns. They didn't want to spread germs. So, what they had been doing was propping the door.
I got to put this wine back in the fridge.
What they had been doing was propping the door open. So, basically, in theory, anyone could just sneak right in.
Yeah.
So a homeless man, from what I understand, walking the streets notices a wide open door. He welcomes himself in and starts eating meals, enjoying the jacuzzi with the players there, enjoying the jacuzzi. And on the day, I don't remember if it was their practice or the actual spring game itself, they gave him a jersey.
No fucking shot.
they gave the man a jersey. CJ, I swear, man. They gave him a jersey, and it was number 87. Number 87 on the team is about 6'4". This guy was about 5'10", and it wasn't until he started catching punts that they realized there is no way this guy's actually on the team. So from what I understand, it was several days. He had infiltrated the team, ate meals, enjoyed the jacuzzi, and it was after they realized this man cannot catch punts. Who is this guy? That they realized a homeless man had infiltrated the football program.
No.
That's my Hops of the Week.
Oh my God.
Good luck
that
topping
is
that,
so
everybody.
good.
Man, I can't top that.
All right, what do you have, Biff?
Biff?
What did you come up with?
Well, being as I've been enjoying golf, I'm going to go with the disqualification in round 1
Yeah.
for turning in a scorecard that was falsified on the 17th hole.
I don't understand how you do that at the Masters.
Especially in the Masters. I mean, he wasn't making the cut anyway for round 2. He was going to be 10 under and he got to the 17th hole and got to the green, was going to go for birdie, and he 3-putts. So he ends up with a double bogey and actually did not write that score on his scorecard.
It's like trying to cheat on a test and be like, I just need to cheat for a C-. That's all I need to cheat for. That's like what you're doing. What the hell? You're not going to make it.
I don't get how you're being watched on live television, thousands of people watching you on the 17th hole, and seeing you 3-putt a hole and you turn in your card 2 putts shorter than what you had.
Don't you think now? I don't know anything about golf. I'm not going to pretend to know anything about golf. But wouldn't you think like you check with your caddy and just say, "Hey, does this look right to you?"
Yeah,
I would do that, especially at the Masters. Every hole, my caddy would be like, "Yes, Lucas, it's fine." But you know what? I'm triple checking just to make sure.
That's the way you would think it would go. Is your caddy keep a scorecard and you keep a scorecard, but it's not. Because your caddy is reading the field and telling you where to land the ball.
Okay, that makes sense.
So,
okay, Coach.
All right, so I've been, you know how I'm always into books and stuff, and one of the last books I listened to was the story of the based on the movie Goodfellas with. And so I listened to that, and quite frankly, I'd heard so much about it that it was like a review of everything from Henry Hill and things like that. But I was given this tip on another book called The Hollywood Godfather. And if you've ever watched the Godfather movie, this guy was a part of the movie, and his name is Gianni Russo. And he came out with a book called Hollywood Godfather, My Life in the Movies and the Mob. And this guy is essentially taking off the cover of he had a wild romance with Marilyn Monroe. He knew the freaking Kennedys. He'd been involved with a number of high-ranking mob officials and things like that. He'd even killed a guy, and he'd done prison time. And so I started to listen to a little bit of it. And he reads the book, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm hearing this guy's voice, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, he fucking sounds like a gangster. I'm not sure I want to mess with a guy like that. But it's called Hollywood Godfather, My Life in Movies and the Mob. He actually played a character in the first and second Godfathers, and he had problems with Marlon Brando. During the show, Marlon Brando had tried to get him fired from the movie, and Francis Ford Coppola had kept him on. And they eventually, him and they developed a friendship and stuff like that. And so Marlon Brando, who had wanted to get this guy fired, I'm assuming he realizes that this guy's mob connected, and you don't fuck with people like that. And they developed this lifelong friendship, and he basically tells the story of his mob connections involved in the movies and all of these famous people, including the Kennedys, John Kennedy and Bobby Kennedy. And I can't wait to knock the top off of this book and listen to it in great detail. It's about 12 hours long. Wow. So it'll take me a week or two to get through it all.
When you get through it, let me know.
Yeah. So I listen to all audiobooks anymore because I just don't have the time to sit and read because I'm always prepping for class and I'm reading other materials. I have to actually hard copy read things. So in my leisure time, I listen to a lot of audio stuff in my car or whatever. And so Hollywood Godfather, I can't wait because I'm thinking Henry Hill's book is really good because Goodfellas, if you've watched the movie, is like freaking amazing. But this is Francis Ford Coppola. This is the Godfather 1 and 2, and this guy is knee deep in all of that shit. So I can't wait to get into that one. And then the last one is I finally found it, and I bucked up and I got the credits for William Shire's The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, which is the quintessential historical, for lack of a better word, it's the historical coverage of Adolf Hitler and the Nazis during World War II, in his lead up to World War II. It's The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. So the big problem is this fucker is 57 hours. 57 hours long. I'm going to be on this book for a month, at least a month. And then that doesn't include stopping and rewinding and taking notes and shit like that.
So how big of a book is 57 pages? It's 57 hours, excuse me. How many pages is that?
It's over 1,000.
Wow.
It's like reading every Harry Potter
Exactly.
book ever.
Yeah, the Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. I can tell you how many pages it is. It's 1,245 pages.
Let me ask you a question, CJ.
Okay.
Do you know who Jordan Belfort is?
Yes, I do. He's the original Wolf of Wall Street.
I didn't realize he was out of prison.
Yeah. He went to federal prison for a short period of time. He wasn't there for very long.
And he actually has a TikTok now.
Oh, yeah?
And he's still worth $2 million.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of things that he had secured that
Yeah.
the IRS could not touch and the government could not get after because they were done in a legal manner. And
I've
things
actually
like
been
that.
reading his story and stuff about.
So unique in what he did
Yeah.
with trading. There's a great show, and CJ and I have talked about this. There's a great show. I think it's on CNBC called American Greed. And if you're not watching that show, oh my God, it's freaking 1 hour, and you just sit there and you shake your head, going, "What the fuck are people doing?" It's like, how did you not think you were going to get caught? And it's economics, it's freaking murder mysteries, it's everything, and it has to do with freaking people's innate desire for greed and power, and it's really good. And they did the original Wolf of Wall Street. There are 2 episodes actually of Jordan Belfort from that. So if you ever get a chance, it's always on freaking repeat all the time. I keep it. It's freaking one of those shows that I DVR all the time, and I have to go back and delete all the ones that I've seen.
But he actually has a podcast called The Wolf's Den.
Yeah.
And he's actually really proud of his story.
Yeah, well, how could you not?
Yeah,
I mean,
he
freaking
lived life to the fullest.
I'm telling you what, his whole freaking life was like, I came up with an idea, and he pioneers this freaking technique for making money, and he freaking zooms into the stratosphere with cash, and then he freaking all crumbles down when he freaking gets caught. But he's a smart guy. He's an ultra smart guy, so he's finding another way to create an income and stuff. And people still say to this day that some of the things he does are like, what the, how is that not illegal kind of thing? But yeah, Jordan Belfort's kind of interesting story. So, he's just licking his chops over there.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go
No,
ahead.
what?
CJ.
Huh? What?
Don't
I
fall
mean,
asleep.
I gotta wait for his ass to finish.
I'm
That's
sorry.
all.
Well, his mouth was talking.
So
Yeah, well,
So over the past couple of weeks I've tried to dive into some more podcasts on my way to work. The thing is like I really like hearing interviews with people who with just actors and people who have had, I don't want to say like movies made after them or big time names, but I ventured into the Joe Rogan experience.
Oh, yeah. Really good stuff.
You can listen to some good stuff with him.
And recently, he had an interview with a guy named Marcus Luttrell. And if you don't know who Marcus Luttrell is, the movie Lone Survivor is about him and his troubles with his squad, where he survived an attack with the Taliban and was rescued by a village. Joe Rogan interviewed him. And when I say that interview opens your mind and says, honestly, shut your fucking mouth, stop worrying about so many things in this world, and understand that in the blink of an eye, something could be taken from you in an instant. And every single time he talked about how he has never seen the movie. He's never seen the movie because he's like, I've lived it. I don't need to see that. I don't need to see how Hollywood makes my life a reality. And I don't need to see my friends die again.
Yeah.
Because he said, my friends all died. And the biggest and most badass thing that he talked about was his training. Was how the Navy SEALs are the most highly trained people in the entire world. And how there are more people who die in the training than who die in actual battle. Because of how hard they push those men to their limits. And when I heard how different of a person he is now, but the scariest thing that he ever talked about in that interview was that after that whole thing happened with Lone Survivor, Joe Rogan was like, so what happened after that? And he was like, I had to go back in. I literally had to go back into fight again. It's my duty. I literally can't stop. And I go, you've got to be kidding me that this world has, that's what it brings you to, that he's like, just because I'm not fucking dead and I'm not going to stop. And I don't want to say I cried, but when he said that the people who saved him, that he brought them over to this country, made me cry, and how he was still so in touch with them and how they spend all their time together, because he's like, if I wasn't here, I'm not here without them. And so I need to get them out of their country and into my country, basically.
Wow.
Now I'm on an interview with Jim Brewer, if you know who he is.
Jim Brewer's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a hilarious comedian. But that Marcus Luttrell interview, man, oh man. He's a Texan, so and so is Joe Rogan. So they're both on the same idea with, I wouldn't just say political stance, but just the way they think together about how things go in this world, and just seeing how Marcus Luttrell just honestly doesn't give a shit who you are. It talks about how, like, you know, his family growing up, he was like, my dad used to tell me, I'm not your friend, I'm your dad. And I'm not going to be there to pep you up all the time. And just going with all that and all the way into Lone Survivor and talking about how his training is just so damn tough, but he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't talk about that day because it's like it was just over in a blink of an eye. He doesn't.
I remember the episode of Duck Dynasty that he was a part of.
Oh, yeah.
And
he doesn't. Let me say this real quick. What he looks like now is nothing of what he looks like previously, because that was in what, 2005?
Yeah,
I want to say that happened.
And he was on that episode, and he actually went with Duck Dynasty to meet 2 veterans that they had brought in to go on a duck hunt. And he actually was talking about his story, and you could see how much it still hurt years later. But
that was 2005 when they did it.
He said
June 2005.
He said, you look in that movie and you see how Mark Wahlberg's falling down those rocks. Imagine me falling down those rocks and everything fucking breaking.
Mm-hmm.
I had to crawl to a river to get water because I was so dehydrated. Understand that your life is so damn good compared to some people out there, like our soldiers who have done everything they possibly can. Because watching that movie, I was terrified. I was literally terrified watching that movie, and I've seen it a couple of times. And that first time I go, after the movie was over, you have some war movies where you're like, where it's like really sad. That war movie, you were like, oh my fucking God, what just happened? You're like terrified. It's honestly scary. And that's what made Lone Survivor so good compared to a lot of movies. It's like Hacksaw Ridge. People don't like Hacksaw Ridge. But I go, the reason Hacksaw Ridge is so good is because Mel Gibson doesn't give a fuck. He's literally showing you what war is like. People don't want to see that, though. They want to see Hollywood. They don't want to see war. So that's my hops.
Yeah. The things that those guys endured, it's just, I'm glad they're on our side. Yeah. You know, I don't need to know who you are. I'm just happy that you're there. And then Marcus Luttrell, there was a really, really cool thing where he talks to the Alabama. He meets the team and he talks about his experience based on the movie Lone Survivor, and he gives the lowdown. It's on YouTube, and if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it, because those fucking kids are just sitting there going, we play football. He freaking, look what he did.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
So
puts everything
really
in perspective.
Yeah.
we bitch about 2-a-days, and
yeah.
he's out there
yeah, risking his life.
every day.
We bitch about if a potato is, you know, being fucking sexist while, you know, he's out there fighting for his country and his family.
It doesn't matter if it's man, woman, child. If they're holding a gun to you, you don't know what to do. It's life or
and
death.
as you saw in that movie, it was literally a teenager who went and got the whole fucking army called on him and got him chased down that ridge and saw all his...
So what was your other one? Didn't you
No,
have
that
one?
was it.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it. Okay. Sorry on a somber tone that I had to end like
all
that.
right.
I know. We
That's
should have
all right.
started with you.
Yeah, we should have started with you so we can go to a homeless guy at USC fucking eat.
That was great. I'm telling you.
Living life to the
snaps.
fullest at a college. And
Taking snaps.
the guy can't catch
You
for
know
shit.
how it works down there. Homeless people in California are richer than minimum wage people here in the East Coast. You know that, right? So maybe he could have gone there. Who the fuck knows?
Wow.
But that's crazy. The several days as a homeless person. Okay, Biff, thank you for coming back.
It's been a pleasure, guys.
Yeah, man.
Lucas, I'll see you next week.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I'll see you next week. What do you mean, thanks for having you? You're on the show. Shut up. Third mic, shut your face.
Okay, so for the next couple weeks, we're going to start prepping for the draft.
Yes, yes.
We're going to give you our top 10 mock draft coming up here next week.
We're going to have another tier list?
Huh? Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll have another tier list ready.
I've got 3 beers for next week as well, already lined up.
So
Love it.
we'll have a jam-packed show for you guys. But once again, thank you two for coming on here.
Yeah, man.
But until next time, guys, peace out. Love you.
See ya.
See you.